Hey. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Laura, aka PURPLEXEDQT. I am not on camera for a reason because I look horrible. What do you mean no audio? You guys heard that whole thing, didn't you? Yes, you did. Don't lie. You heard it. All right. Hey, Tragedy Pimps, I heard I was in your video. On my joking around comment, because I looked at the comments. Hey, Bobby, I looked at the comments and I saw I was on it. There was no audio on that? How is there no audio? Are you serious? How is that even possible? Can you hear it now? You guys got to hear that song. Thank you, Craig's wifey. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. It's not coming through. That's so weird. Hold on. Oh, maybe. Hold on. How is that even possible? Yo, you know what? I think UNG has that locked. Like, you can't hear it. That's fucking whacked. Because when I play it, my head thing doesn't even move. Yo, that's crazy. Wow. That's yeah, but the song, the way she sings it is awesome. I can't believe that. Let me try it from my cell phone. See if it makes a difference. Dude, that's crazy. I have never seen YouTube do that before. Hang on. Now I'm on a mission. Hang on. Now I'm on a mission. Hold on.
Best way to burn fat and
you tell me it gets better in time. You say I'm pull myself together, pull it together, you'll be fine. Tell me what the hell do you know? What do you know? Tell me how the hell could you know? How could you know? Till it happens to you, you don't know how it feels. How it feels. Till it happens to you, you won't know. It won't be real. No, it won't be real. Won't know how it feels. You tell me hold your head up, and be strong. 'Cause when you fall, you gotta get up, and move on. Tell me how the hell can you talk? How can you talk? 'Cause until you walk where I walk, it's just no talk. Till it happens to you, you don't know how it feels. How it feels. Till it happens to you, feel, how I feel. Till it happens to you, you won't know, it won't be real. No, it won't be real. So how it till it happens to you, happens to you, happens to you. Happens to you, happens to you, happens to you. Till it happens to you, you all know how I feel.
All right. Oop. So now you guys heard the whole song and you understand why I wanted to play the whole song. Hey, Connie. Oh, it's your birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. Remind me tomorrow, though. We got to get you in Discord. So the reason for, let me welcome everyone. Welcome members, Patreons, former members, former Patreons. I saw nobody was live and I decided to come live. This is going to be a pretty heavy topic. So I just want to let everyone know that before I even start, if you can't handle heavy topics, this is probably not the chat for you because it is going to get heavy. The one thing I want to point out is anyone that has gone through any kind of victimization, I guess I'll put it, in any capacity at the hands. This is why I didn't want to be on camera, because I knew I was going to get upset. At the hands of somebody that you couldn't get away from. I'm trying to word this correctly, like politically correct, and not offend anyone and not upset anyone and not get banned by YouTube. So I'm trying to use my words carefully, so bear with me. So anyone that has ever been at the hands of victimization by a man they couldn't get away from. How's that? Is that good? So it doesn't necessarily mean that you had to be, there had to be a gang doing it. It could be one person, or it could be multiple people at different times, whatever the situation is. It doesn't matter. We are not victims. We are survivors. Any way you put it. Violated by a man. Some people get violated by a woman. I'm not going to rule that out either. So, there are guys, I know legally you can't say this, or legally they wouldn't win, but there have been circumstances in history where it's happened with men too, then they couldn't get away. So I just don't want to say that it's only women, it's only men controlling women. So it could be a man by a woman. Exactly. So we're just going to say in general. But I just want everyone to know that you're not a victim. You are a survivor. If you're here to even talk about it, you are a survivor. And I don't want anyone to ever think that you can't get away from that victim status, because even if it bothers you 50 years later, 20 years later, 5 years later, you're not a victim. You survived it. You pushed forward. You got away from it. So it's a mentality thing. It really is. Exactly, Connie. You're not a victim. You are a survivor. Because a lot of people don't survive. A lot of people don't get past it. A lot of people take everything that's happened to them and end up, 10 times worse. They end up being keyboard warriors on the internet. No joke. They end up victimizing other people because they think that, that makes them better or that takes away their pain. It doesn't. And more people need to realize this. And I'm kind of joking about the keyboard warrior thing, but I'm really not, because they really do become keyboard warriors. No joke. And they think bashing somebody else or demeaning somebody else will take away their pain. It won't. Eating won't take away your pain. Putting down other people won't take away your pain. It, beating your kids, possibly. No, I'm just totally kidding. Totally kidding. Um, you know, beating up your husband probably will make you feel better. Definitely will. Just don't kick the dog or hit the kids. But you know what I mean? Like we are survivors. Anyone that's ever been through any kind of traumatic experience, we are survivors. And don't ever let anybody bring you down or tell you differently, because you are a survivor. So with that, today I was trying to find something to watch while I was making candles. And I came across this live stream. Now, everybody knows what's been going on over the last couple of days with the whole Tony thing. And, you know, I went on Psychobabble's panel, and I understand Psychobabble just I'm sorry, not bought, just lost a child 18 months ago. And I understand that, you know, like this guy I was watching today said maybe he's, you know, like losing his mind. Maybe he's, you know, like I don't know how I'd be 18 months. Yeah, I'm joking, trolls, but I don't know how I'd be 18 months, you know, from losing I don't think I'd ever recover. I really don't. So I get, hey, Casey, this one's a little deep. I'm usually not this deep. And I was listening to this guy discuss the whole situation. And I don't know who this guy is. I'm going to play some of it. I don't know who this guy is at all. And I don't know where he came from. From what I understood, he was Creek Squad. He came into my recommendations. And then someone said that I think Patty had recommended him, or Patty, yeah, she did, Brian. She said without saying it that he was taking anger out on Ryan, or even taking anger out on him. I mean, on her, because she still had her son and he didn't. And Mischief Me, I totally understand that. Totally understand that. We Draw B, I'm not going to delete you because I'm being nice, but it's wonderful Mallory sent you over here to troll. But my mods have been instructed, delete it if it gets too much. I don't troll her. I already know what's going on. I've already been given a heads up. So as long as you're respectful and don't troll, you can stay. But mods have been instructed, if it gets too much, you're all going to get deleted, unless you're a member. So I just want to let you guys know that's what's happening. This is a pretty serious live. This is not something that I want to have to deal with trolls. So I know WeGB, I know you've been with me a while, so I'm not going to hold it against you, but I am putting it out there. So, okay. And Sweepy, I know Connie just lost a child. It's a tough situation. And honestly, it's something I hope I never, ever have to go through. I can't say it enough. I hope I never, ever have to go through anything even close to it. So, all right. So this guy that I was listening to really took a stand. And I appreciate that he took a stand. And I'm going to let you guys listen to some of it. He's a dad. He had somebody up on panel that if this was a live, I would have jumped on there and fought with this guy tooth and nail. Because the one thing I want to stress, it doesn't matter if I can't say this kind of without sounding hypocritical. But a lot of people are looking for a different definition of GB. And they're looking for, I can't do it on StreamYards. There's no way to put StreamYards up on my stream. You can't do it on StreamYards. You can only do it on, whatchamacallit, on, Melon app. I can't do it on StreamYards. I sorry. Hold on, let me get to my stream over here. All right. He went over the line. That should not cross. Who? Which person? So one of the things that I find really disheartening is when people are looking to prove how GB is not what everyone believes it is. Now, maybe if you're a young child, when I say a young child, I mean Generation Y or Generation Z, maybe Generation Z, I can see something like that. But people need to stop trying to justify what it really is. When did our morals come out of porn? Like now porn is how we determine our moral bar. Okay, so I'm old. But Ryan and a lot of Creek Squad are Generation Z and Y, and they still think the same way we do. When I say we, I mean 45 and up. So it's not a generation thing. When you have a lot of generation, what would be 30-something-year-olds? Are they Generation Z or Y? Wouldn't they be Generation Z? 35 to 45 would be Generation X? Or am I wrong? Not that it matters, but I just don't want to use the wrong term. They're millennials? No, I'm Generation X. I'm Gen X. They would be, oh, they're millennials? Millennials up to 35. Okay. So most of the millennials think like we do. So obviously, Generation X is doing something right. Obviously, hey, Kathy, obviously, Generation X is on the right path of not using porn as a moral compass. And a lot of these people who are trying to justify it, male and female, are trying to justify it by using porn as their moral compass. I'm sorry, porn is not a moral compass. It's just not. So if it was just our Generation X that felt that it's so wrong, then I would shut up and we would not be having this conversation. But it's not just us. Even millennials who have their head on straight, and some that don't, but most of them that have their head on straight know that you don't ever say in any capacity, we're going to go gangbang her. There's nothing nice about that. There's nothing good about that. There's nothing. Oh, 81 to 96 is millennial. Okay, so then they're all millennial. All right, Generation X, 65 to 85. Millennial is 85 to 2000. Z is 2001, 2000. All right, so my kids are Generation Z. And, oh, wait, hold on. There's a post-millennial? So I guess my kids are post-millennial. Hey, Ruby. Back in the day, Gen X PM was a private thing. Am I up at 30s? All right. You're an elder millennial? There's a lot of different millennials. Exactly. Nobody goes around saying, let's go GB her. And I can promise you that no one from Nigeria is going to send you a random text that says that. Sorry, not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. No way, no how, never happen. And I put it out there, anyone to prove me otherwise. But those that stand for something, which is, my video, those that stand for something don't believe Tony's BS. They just don't. those that stand for something know that it's wrong. If someone wants to do that, if someone thinks that it's okay to do one, go right ahead, have fun. If it's all consenting adults behind closed doors, you go right ahead. But when someone gets a text that says, we're going to go gangbang her, that's not consenting. And that's what so many of these people are missing. That's a gangbang. That's not a consenting person. Consenting means, hey, let's go have some fun. She agrees, something. The intention of that message, it's called a train, exactly. The intention of that message was rape or group rape or something like that. That was the intention of that message. Not only did Tony not delete it, but Tony didn't even open it to show exactly what it showed. That's the difference. If Tony would have opened it and said, no, dude, look, it's just bad text. Someone just sent this to me. No problem. It happens. You can't help what somebody's going to send to you. But he would have opened it and said that. Ryan goes up on his panel and he says, who you going to gang rape? And he says, your mother? At first it hit me. Literally at first it hit me that he was just given like a mother joke. And as I hear more and more people talk about it, do you realize, Tony, you just said you were going to gangbang Ryan's mom? Like, it didn't hit me until earlier. And I mean earlier, like today. Because I just looked at it as like, it was, just like a joke. Like, like your mom's fat. Like that kind of joke. It really didn't hit me until I really sat back and I thought about it. And I was like, he really just said he was going to gangbang your mom. And Ryan played it cool because honestly, I really think Ryan took it as just a mom joke, like your mom's fat. I don't even know if it sunk in with him at that moment. And like I said, the more people that spoke about it, hey, Amanda, the more people that talk about it is when it really hit me. Like, holy shit. Wow, that's messed up. And I like I said, I just don't know if it even hit him that way. Hold on. What is this?
From the
From what?
on it?
No, I don't know.
I mean, okay.
It was disrespectful and it was disgusting. And like I said, I didn't even it didn't hit me initially. I was like, wow. But yeah, Alicia, that's what I mean. I just took it as like a mama joke, like, haha, your mom is this, your mom is that. But after hearing just hearing other people talk about it, I was like, wow, that was really fucked up. That was even more fucked up than I realized the first day. So, and Ryan's mom has remained cool and Ryan has remained cool. But yeah, I don't know if I could have remained as cool. It wasn't witty. I totally agree. And he did have to play the bigger man. I was like, whoa. Yes, Dave, it is. So, well, no, yeah, kind of. So I was listening to this guy this morning. Let me go ahead and pull him up.
Mom, when you're offline, can we order my desk?
Yeah.
When you're offline, okay.
Yeah. History. Okay. The guy's name is SinTV. I don't know. Some of you guys might know him. Some of you guys may not know him. He's got a good voice. But I'm going to start with the guy that pissed me off first. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm kind of backtracking. This is where, like, I left it off. That's the guy that pissed me off. Okay, for those of you that know Benny, did Benny really... There's no sound? Holy crap, what is up? I don't know what's up with YouTube, why you can't play other people's stuff. This is weird. Anyone else have this problem today on YouTube? All right, hold on. I'll grab my phone.
You do.
All right, where am I at? All right, 124. Yep, same spot. This is why I hate. Where is it? Share audio? It's on settings? Audio. Ah, it says I should share audio. It's all right. That's so weird. All right.
You're not traveling. You're not going to the place where the child was in this country.
Well,
They never replied, and I was demonetized for almost 14 months. Listen, there's two things I can't stand in this world when it comes to human beings. I'd rather daggone hang out with a murderer than someone who's a daggone a pedophile or a racist. That's the two things I can. I look at them two equally. They're on the same level, and I think a pedophile should be treated like you found a dog with rabies. You know how they test if the dog's got rabies?
No, how's that?
They cut the head off, send it off to the lab, and see if they got rabies.
Oh, damn. I agree with you on that one. You know, we've had a couple ladies in the chat that said that they are survivors of certain things. And
my daughter was a victim of a pedophile. Not to the point where she was sexually abused, but she was targeted. He was this close to making his move, and he got caught because he did it to a girl right before he was going to head to my daughter. He had all the pictures of her playing in the playground on his laptop. He had over 10,000 pictures of 10 little girls in our neighborhood.
That's crazy.
Over 6 months. And he was my next door neighbor.
Wow. That's unreal.
So when it comes to pedophiles, I don't care who you are.
I agree with you on that one.
There is a lot of people in this country. Struggle Jennings said it best, "In God, we need you now." There's a verse in the song, he says, "Why are there so many kids getting molested and no one's getting arrested?"
Exactly.
Now, here's a little known fact. If you ain't got to believe what I'm telling you, go look it up. In May of 2020, one of the biggest Hollywood actors left the United States and he's never returned. Supposedly this actor and his wife got COVID and they hung out in Australia.
Right. I believe they were on a certain list that was going to get exposed.
There was a warehouse in Iowa that got raided. And in this warehouse, you can buy a three-drawer dresser that you could buy at Walmart for like $97. but they were selling it for $5,000. They're like, well, what's so special about that dresser?
I remember hearing about that.
In the upper left-hand corner, there will be a name like Amy, Vicky, Dustin. Okay, what's that mean? Not only did you get that $97 dresser, but you got the person who that name belonged to. And this Hollywood actor and his wife was financially backing it.
Right.
And when they raided it and he caught wind of it, he popped smoke. And then, oh, I got COVID, so I'm going to quarantine in Australia. And has never returned.
Exactly. Released their U.S. citizenship and became citizens of the country of Australia.
Who is he talking about?
So what I'm getting at is this sex trafficking. I believe that the guy who had the private island,
You gotta
Epstein.
look it up, Chris Collins. We won't release the name here. You just gotta look it up.
Someone just put it in the chat. I'll just say that. Epstein, he had a black book.
Yep.
There was a lot of important names in that black book. A lot of people believe that those people were involved in the sex trafficking ring. A lot of people think the reason why he mysteriously came up dead is because of that black book. A lot of people say that the 2020 election was done the way it was done because 45 was about to expose it.
Hold on. Tom Hanks was involved in sex trafficking? No, he wasn't. No way. Was he? No shit. Like, for real, for real? See, I didn't hear this part. But I'm interested, so that's why I keep listening. But that's not even what I got mad at him for.
There's a lot that's tied in with this. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But there are some YouTubers out there in the true crime community. One of them's name is Blood Money Benny Keys. There was a video with him saying, you want to know how to make money on YouTube? Find a tragedy of a missing boy or girl, no matter what color they are, and exploit the fuck out of them.
Okay, that's where I stopped it originally. Did Benny really say that? I don't think this guy's lying, but can anyone confirm that Benny actually said that? Because that's fucked up. That's like really fucked up if he did.
Really?
With Cash App. Here's my question. If you're a true crime community, why do you need money donation to do what you do? You're not traveling, you're not going to the place where the child was abducted. You're just searching the internet for pictures and interviews and videos.
Okay, that's the first thing I want to address. Oh, he didn't say it in that context. All right, so that's why I was wondering. I can't imagine. I could see MGL saying something like that, but I can't imagine Benny saying something like that. And believe me, I'm no Benny fan, but I thought that was kind of whacked. But the reason why people pay YouTubers, true crime YouTubers, one of multiple reasons. One, we work our asses off looking up pictures, doing stuff. It takes hours. We entertain people. We relate to people. It's no different than anybody else. That's why true crimers get paid. That's why true crimers make money. It's not that we're going to solve a mystery, but it's almost like asking an attorney, well, why do you do your job if you love being a lawyer? Why do you want to get paid if you love being a lawyer? If you believe in a case, because that's what you do. It's that you got to get paid. Same kind of thing. So that was one thing I wanted to address. But the other stuff, hang on. Oh, you can't see that. Hold on. All right, I'll try to get the mouth coinciding with the time.
A mockery out of this kid. Thank all of you for joining with me tonight. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Stephen, or SinTV, and I didn't know that this live was going to happen, but when I had this information given to me today, I knew that I had absolutely no choice but to go live. In today's society, our children are being preyed upon. We have forgotten as a society what it means to have love and compassion for other people. So some of you may be confused at what I'm about to say, but it's something that definitely needs to be said. It's something that we have all seen. We've seen it on the news. We've seen it on social media. Children are being assaulted, molested, and children are losing their lives. In a grand scheme of things, a few weeks ago, a young lady, a 16-year-old by the name of Kylie Rodney, went missing. She was later found in her vehicle in a lake at a campground. There are some YouTubers that use this to draw attention to themselves. I guess that there is a community that looks into crimes and different things like that, oh, I got extra loud, sorry about that, how to report and find answers for what's going on. Well, just like in every community, there are scumbags. There was another individual that wanted to point some things out that weren't adding up. In the course of this, he has had a couple of his friends join up with them, and they have been looking for answers. They have been brought under scrutiny by several other YouTubers and said that they have lost their minds and have been drugged through the mud, even to the point to where when they have had people on their panel, they have disrespected them. They have spoke over them. One individual that goes by the name of Psychobabble Rap. Over the last couple weeks, we have all witnessed and watched this man come unhinged. From somebody who was a massive supporter of an individual to somebody that has literally done everything they can to try to drag this man through the mud. And for what? For trying to find answers, for trying to shed light on something which has uncovered a lot of thoughts and feelings and emotions. We have seen an individuals who spoke out and used his platform for good, regardless of what people may say. Everything that this man has done on his platform, which is a major, massive platform, has been to shed light and get answers that not even law enforcement is giving on a young girl that went missing at a supposed party with 200 to 300 people. This guy Psychobabble.
Laura Lee, I got a question because I'm dumbfounded. You can like whoever you want. You know me. But I do want to know how you like somebody that can make a joke out of gang raping. I don't know how you can laugh at that or how you can find that funny. Now, I know your personality, but once I open up panel, I would love for you to come up here and explain to me how you can find him enjoyable after what he did. Just curious.
Raps has even gone as far as to try to drag this man's mother through the mud. But at the end of the day, regardless, for the amount of respect that I have for Ryan Upchurch and Mama Church, aka Miss Patty Lynn, this goes above and beyond even them. And they know that I have the utmost respect for them. I've defended Mama Church when she has been attacked, and I will continue to do so. But what I'm about to talk about and show you guys has been denied. It's been denied by people that support psychobabble rap. As you see right here, Jessica Pettis, I don't mean to call you by name, but you went on to his panel and you were attacked and you were booted for having a different opinion. Well, I also had another content creator come to me when I put out the community post earlier and asked me to go onto Psychobabble Rap's panel and have a debate. Well, there's no debate in this. Now, I understand Psychobabble Rap has recently gone through a traumatic experience.
God and Grow, I noticed the same
losing a
thing.
child. As a father, I do not know what that's like. And to be honest with you, I hope I never do. I hope that I'm long gone before my children are. I hope that I never have to identify one of my children's bodies. That's a fear of mine, even for my children to go to school. I'm sure there is a lot of us in here right now. There's 109 people in here right now. And I'm sure that most of us are parents. Some of our biggest fears is every time our children walk out of the door, regardless if it's my oldest child who's about to turn 21 or my youngest who is 9. It's a fear of mine.
SinTV is the
So,
channel. I'll give you the link when I'm done.
In that regard, Psychobabble Rap, I do give you my condolences on losing a child. But that does not excuse the things that you have said or the behaviors that you have shown over the last few weeks. It does not make it funny to joke about gangbangs when there are young girls that are being forced to go through that all across this world against their will. What started as an Instagram to Tony Dodge from All American Dream Chaser, I believe is that channel. The lies that poured out from that over and over and over again will end with another Instagram post. Not really a post, but a screenshot that was sent to me. A screenshot that I wanted to put out there and share with those who may support Psychobabble Rap. I've been in some of his live, and I've watched some of his supporters and the things that they have said in their comments. And I have watched what his supporters have said on his panels. If you guys continue to support this man after what I show you, then you are just as disgusting and wrong as he is. There's a group of people in this world or in this country that are trying to say that pedophilia is okay. I mean, even Tony Dodge has made a joke about it. But I don't necessarily know so much that what he said was a joke. It is time to stop making light of situations that innocent young children, both girls and boys, are going through. Now, I know this is not the type of stuff that I usually have on my channel. This is not the kind of content that I would normally do. But I said weeks ago that I wanted to bring more positivity and change my content. But this isn't about the content. This isn't about the subs. This isn't about the views. This is about putting the right stuff out there and bringing awareness that on these screens and behind these screens, not some things are not funny. There was a comment that was left, I believe, on a video. Psychobabble Rap left a comment that is disgusting. It makes you look like a piece of trash. And if anybody that's a YouTuber or a content creator, regardless of how big or how small, continues to support this man after what I'm about to show you, I will see to it that the entire YouTube platform, as much as I can get it to reach, will see that. It is time that we make a change. It is time that we protect our children and make sure that they can grow up and be happy. It is also time that we make a change in the name of these children that have already had to deal with sexual assaults. Psychobabble Rap, with your grieving process, I don't think that you are thinking straight. And I think it's time for you to step away from YouTube, kind of get things worked out, and come back. I had a young man that clipped a comment that was made. And I'm about to show it to you, and then I'm going to go into detail as to why I decided to put this out there. I had somebody leave me a comment earlier and basically said something about forgiveness and mercy. There's some things in this world that cannot be forgiven. Harming a child is one of them.
Isn't he 9 to 5? I agree.
Harming a child doesn't give you a lengthy prison sentence. You go to prison for a few years, yeah, it's rough on you. But then you get right back out on the street, you register yourself on a little website, and guess what? Most of them repeat offend. So now they have hurt more than one child. Here is a post or a comment that was made by Psychobabble Raps.
You guys have seen this already because it's in my video.
That comment reads, and it's right here. It's right here. It reads, LOL, me, Ictamel, Xaname, an American dream chaser. We kidnapped her and had a big gangbang. Sorry you missed it. It was hella fun. Are you kidding me? Psychobabble Rap, you are a disgusting piece of trash. There is no forgiveness for you. There is no mercy for thinking, even remotely thinking, that something like that would be funny. There is no mercy for someone that laughs in the face of a dead child. Nobody is yet to know what has happened to this young lady. But Psychobabble Rap, you piece of shit, you're laughing and making jokes and making light of situations that children actually really do deal with. And it's because of pieces of shit like you that we don't have more stricter punishment for ones who commit this. Now, I'm not saying that what you typed in this, you actually did. But what I'm saying is that the sheer fact that one, you made a joke of it, and two, you're a foster parent in the state of Ohio is utterly disgusting.
No, Laura Lee. He wrote it. He absolutely wrote it. He states he wrote it. I was on his panel and he said he wrote it. It wasn't a troll. It was him. He openly admits that he wrote it. So you're wrong. He wrote it thinking it's a joke. It's not a joke. It's not something you joke about. And yeah, Psychobabble wrote it. He openly admits it. So let me fast forward to, yeah, he said it on his panel. He wrote it. Let me fast forward to the guy that pissed me off. And if you have 2 hours, it's a really good stream. Okay. 48. All right.
Comedy is not right. Now, I'm going to bring a gentleman on that I respect dearly. Hey, what's up, Uncle T? How you doing?
What up, man?
I'm letting a lot off of my heart at the moment.
Yeah, so this Psychobabble guy, I just did another update on creeksquad. It'll be out in one. So he put a thing out 2 days ago saying that Ryan Upchurch's body had been captured by the FBI. He's a double, what you see on the internet. And that the FBI has 322 million people listening to your devices to wrap them in aluminum foil. How is that possible when there's only 350 million people in the country? I guess that's why they call him. I guess that's why they call him Psychobabble.
I would have to say yes. That I would have to say that is one of the reasons that to me, I understand comedy, and I understand that there are sometimes things that can be considered, dark comedy or dark humor.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not dark humor. That there's nothing about that is funny because they're referring to a young lady.
Hold on, I want to address someone in chat. El Sushi, why should we get mad about him joking about it and not thinks it's ridiculous? People are being accused of this on baseless claims at the same time. El Sushi, let me just explain this to you. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is being accused of something on baseless claims. Everything that I'm saying, I witnessed with my own eyes and I saw with my own eyes. Every single thing that I'm talking about or playing, I have witnessed on panel with Psycho Asshole. So there's nothing being said on baseless claims. There's nothing being said that's joking. You don't joke about rape. You don't joke about gangbang. That's not something to joke around about. It is disgusting. And if we desensitize and joke around about that, what's next? Tell me what's next, because they've already, and call this a bad example, but any drug addict is going to understand what I'm about to say. Hey, Nature's Babe. First, they legalized pot. Now they're trying to legalize mushrooms. Now they're going to legalize cocaine. You heard that right. They are looking for ways to legalize certain levels of cocaine. So by the time generation millennials Z is grandparents or great grandparents, drugs are going to be legalized because the government wants to make money. Is that okay? It's not okay. Any drug addict will agree with me. It's not okay. You want to legalize pot? Go ahead and legalize pot, but leave it a pot. Mushrooms don't need to be legalized. But you start blurring the line and you start making one thing okay, we've got to make other things okay. It's the same thing with this. Once you start joking around and desensitizing about rape and gangbanging and all this other shit, what's next? What's next? The girl that gets drunk and the guys are, in college and goes ahead and gangbangs her because she agreed to it. Okay? She agreed to it because she was so drunk she didn't know what she was doing, but it was her fault because she shouldn't have been drunk. That's what's going to happen if we continue to use the Urban Dictionary as our guidelines. That's going to happen. That is where this is going, and it's never going to change. That's why. Make you do what, Willow?
Lost her life, and nobody knows what happened. They are referring to something that happens to children every day around the world. That's not funny, and I'm sorry. But I feel that anybody that defends that is disgusting and trashy.
Oh, without a doubt. But on the flip side,
wait till you hear what I found on the Galera.
This is what I would say. So I know that Ryan's been going live with like 3 other YouTubers, and they've been talking about the Kali Riley case.
Yes.
And they've been exposing a lot of stuff.
Yes, they have.
Some of it is plausible. Some of them, I think, is out there. But that's here or there. What I would say is, oh, that. That's why they call him. I guess that's why they call him.
Yeah, for the reason. Here's why I say that. If somebody, regardless of their sub count, could bring awareness or get answers that could help prevent this from happening to somebody else's daughter, I'm all for it, because with or without the videos, my daughter's not coming back, but there's millions of other little girls out there that need to be protected.
Facts. However, like I said, this is no disrespect, but
right.
Some of the things I didn't agree with was when they were saying that the girl didn't exist.
I would also have a problem with that as well.
That's what I'm talking about, making videos like that.
Oh, yes. That, if there was, all right, now, devil's advocate on that, I would prove that my daughter was real. I could, okay, look, here, shove this up your ass. My daughter is real. And I would, let's help me find what's going on with my child. But here's pictures of my child from.
No, pot is not a gateway drug, but it is for the government. Because the government sees how much damn money they're making on pot. Say, hey, let's go to something else. Let's go to one more. Let's try legalizing mushrooms. There is absolutely no fucking reason for mushrooms to be legalized. None. Maybe medical mushrooms, but even so, there is absolutely no reason mushrooms should be legalized. Just saying. Believe me, I've done plenty. I was in rehab by 16 for hallucinogenics. There is absolutely no reason for it.
To 16. biggest problem, and this is just my opinion, nothing is being said other than some interviews from some kids that was there saying how big this party was. And if you have I'm sorry, but if there's 200 to 300 people at a party where a person, regardless of age or gender, comes up missing, then every single one of those people is a suspect.
Of course, mushrooms help with depression because you're fucking tripping balls. That's why I know they're using that, and I think it's ridiculous because any hallucinogenic is going to help you with depression because you trip out of your fucking mind. So of course, it just shouldn't be legal.
Well, yeah, without a doubt.
Now, there has been reports that have come out from press conferences that the autopsy won't be done until November.
Which is bullshit.
Which is utter bullshit.
Exactly.
It does not take that long to do an autopsy.
No more than 2 weeks.
There's no answers for it. There's a lot of shady things that are going on within the law enforcement in that particular town that don't add up. There's a lot of things that just do not add up. I know people that have looked for a death certificate through the state of California where one does not exist. There's no obituaries.
Well, the Avengers with Purpose, they can confirm that it was her. They did find her.
Yes, they did. Now, I truly believe that young lady was in that car. I believe that young lady has lost her life, and now her parents are grieving. I do think that with everything that's going on and with what AWP was able to find, me personally, I would come out and I would say, you know what? I'm sorry that I said she wasn't real.
Yeah.
But now let's figure out what happened. Instead, you've got Ryan and 3 other YouTubers that are working, and there's other ones too. Mountain Girl, Zap Girl. These YouTubers are working diligently to try to figure out what is going on. Yeah, it's not AWP's job to do a positive ID. That is right, Irish Rebel. I do agree with you, but they also did say that was her that was in the car. And
hey, Sin,
we have heard nothing about any of this. There is a lot of suspect things that are being said as far as how many people were there and all this other stuff. And these same people, and I'm sorry, but the same people, whether they have been the ones that Ryan has been talking about or not, these are the same people that, I'm sorry, some of the stuff is shady. If you look at a lot of it outside of Ryan's videos, and that's the thing, I've been looking at this case off camera, outside of what Ryan's putting up, because if I ever did decide to do a video, the first thing that's going to come about is you're Upchurch's boy, you're Upchurch's supporter. Of course, you're going to stick with them. But from the stuff that I've been watching that has nothing to do with any of the information that Church puts out, I'm sorry that the one girl is sus as all can be.
You talking about Xanamag?
Yes, that is some sussy things. Now, I do agree. At the end of the day, I hold our military and our veterans in the utmost respect.
All right, this right here is why I'm playing this part. I want you guys to Sin. I'm going to drop you a link as soon as I'm done playing your video. I'm not playing the whole thing, but there's certain things I just want to address in it. And you got a whole bunch of new people, a whole bunch of new fans. But I want you guys to hear this. I don't know if it can be confirmed, but I thought it was interesting because you guys all know half the stuff Ryan says goes in here, one out the other, especially with Xaname. Hey, just a mom, but I want you guys to listen to this. It's pretty interesting. And Monica, I'd agree with you. I do. But listen to this.
Pause.
What?
Pause.
Okay.
So if you look her up on the internet, you'll see these like newspaper articles. No major new network has ever ran the story of her going to Ukraine to rescue her family. I'm not going to tell you what I do for a living. I'm not going to tell you who I work for, but somebody at Upchurch's camp has contacted me. I ran that name through 5 different government databases. Nothing.
Figured as much.
What threw me for a loop was I know for a fact of 3 staff sergeants in the Army, E6s, who were interpreters from Ukraine, been in the Army for over 10 years. When COVID kicked off, and then the Russian invading Ukraine, all 3 of those individuals went on block leave with their battalions. They refused to take the vaccine. However, they took the vaccine to travel across waters to get their family out of Ukraine. Because they went to Ukraine during that time, when they returned to the States, those family members were detained and deported, and those 3 individuals were exited from the military quickly. So
that was information I didn't even know.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to tell you who I work for, how I know this. I will tell you that, how can I say that without giving away too much information?
Let's see if I can't say it for you in a way.
The name that's on those news articles does not show up in the database. I don't know if that's the correct spelling. If it's the correct spelling is not correct, then of course it won't show up. And the databases that we use covers all branches from all the way back to World War I. So if I say...
I'm getting there, lucky one. I'm getting there.
Dwayne Johnson. It'll show me every Dwayne Johnson that ever served in the military. All branches, reserves, National Guard, dated back to 1917.
Right.
To present. And it'll bring all their information up. Because when you go into the military and you go to the MEP station, is where they send every new recruit, whether they're an officer or enlisted. They will go to a MEP station. They will get an entry exam examined by military doctors or government doctors. And all that information gets put into the database. And ever since 1917 is when they started doing this. So it doesn't matter if you were in the Air Force, Coast Guard, Marines, Navy, Army, National Guard, Reserves, and now the U.S. Air Force. You have to go to a MEP station in order to enter the military.
Right.
That paperwork gets sent to this database, and then once it gets in the database, they have individuals who break it down by branches. You don't need any personal information. You just need the correct spelling of the name.
Okay.
Now, in the interview with Tony Dodd, she said that she was in active duty for 10 years as a sergeant first class. And now she's been National Guard for the last 9 years. And has 1 more year to retire. One of the pictures that they have floating on the internet, she's wearing a second ID combat patch. I'm going to pull it up. You can see what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, she did, Queen of Ravens. She also did state that she was an emergency manager for NASA. Wait, who was V. Jones? Psycho Babel was saying that about his own child that passed away 18 months ago? If so, you're gonna have to
Hey, Robbie.
let me have a hold of that. I mean, actually, you know what? No, that's not what this is about. This isn't to break this man down. This is just to bring awareness that we have to protect our children. And again, I don't want anybody to go and attack this man because I think he's sick. I just think that it needed to be brought to attention because this is a real scenario that's going on all across the world, and that nothing about that is funny. Except that. Yep.
All right. So you see the Indian head? That's a second ID infantry patch. That's what she has floating around that she's been seen with.
Okay. That, I'm assuming it's this right here with the.
Yeah, if you look to the far, just look to the far left one, you'll see what I'm talking about. The shield with the star and the Indian head in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Not too many females wear that patch. I'll just say that. And she may be one of them.
Oh, crap, it went away.
Yeah, I stopped sharing it.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is she may be, but unless she can produce some type of documentation saying that she is, I don't think she was. Because the database that we use is very, very, very accurate.
So what does that patch?
That's a majority male unit.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying it threw up a red flag.
Okay. Now, is that something that someone could purchase rather quickly, say offline?
Oh yeah, I can go online right now and buy a whole damn uniform, all the ribbons, even the Congressional Medal of Honor, and go right down to Walmart and say, yeah, I got all these medals. And the average person wouldn't know.
Okay.
Now, I'm not accusing her of stolen valor, so don't everybody go say, oh, Triple T says she's stolen valor. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying until I see proof is suspect, because her timelines aren't adding up, because she came in the military in 2003. If she's got 19 years in, and you back up 19 years, it'll be 2003. She said she came here to the United States in 2000. She came, which would have put her at 18. Well, she said she's 39. So if you do the math, she came in like at 19 or 20. So is it possible for her to make E7 in 10 years? Yeah, it's possible. Not too many people do it that quick. I mean, you got to be very high speed and low drag. And she just doesn't strike me as that type of person because she's very sensitive. It just seems kind of suspect.
Okay.
Now, with the channel that she was on, because I was going to make a video on this, but I decided not.
Okay. So let me just put this out there publicly. If Ryan happens to be right about Zanime, I give up YouTube. I will walk away from YouTube and I will never do YouTube again because I will be so embarrassed that I will put my head in my lap and never trust my own instincts again. So let me just say that. I don't think he's right. I don't think anime has anything to do with any of this. However, that was interesting. That was really, really interesting. Now, the problem is this guy has no receipts. I didn't know either one of these guys before today. Triple T pissed me off later on, but we don't know them. So, well, I don't know them. So I've never seen Triple T before. I don't know what he's about. I don't know what he's done. I don't know who he is, where he comes from, or anything. So he might be right. And if that's true, that opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. But the problem is he didn't show proof either. So he's saying, you know, I can't say who I am, and I can't say how I know this stuff. But legit combat men don't have access to government files, as far as I know. Am I wrong? Like your average person can't just look into government files, right? Am I right? He don't have receipts yet. That's what I'm saying. So I don't believe so. Triple T, thank you. Please take a link. I'm going to drop you a link. Only Triple T and Sin take this link. So glad you're here. Hold on. Where am I? I like had a total brain fart. I'm like, the fuck? How do I send a link? All right. Grab that link, you two. Because I got questions. See, the one day I decided not to go on camera, and now I got guests. Still not going on camera. Not today. Hey, Sin.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Perplexed?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Watching some lives and reading some comments.
All right.
Hold on.
All right. I'm so glad you guys showed up because you can help explain. And I want to say thank you for your video.
Oh, not a problem. It's something that when the information was given to me about the post and the joke or the sarcasm, as I was told it was described as, fell into my lap. Being a father that has a 14-year-old daughter, seeing how things are going in the world, I couldn't just let it go without putting it out there. And it wasn't a direct attack on psychobabble rap at all. It was to help bring awareness to what's really, truly going on that this young lady could have fell victim to.
I agree. I totally agree. Hey, Triple T.
How you doing?
All right. How you doing?
I was napping. I got woke up about this.
All right. So I got a couple questions.
Well, I got receipts. I'm going to show you my receipts, and then I'm getting off.
All right.
Number one, I'm not telling you who I work for. Number
That's
two,
okay.
I am not going to divulge anything other than what I'm about to show you. And number three, I never said I never seen any women wear the second ID combat patch.
I didn't
Yes.
say you didn't.
No, but some people in the comments has.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not just some combat vet who can go on and get into any government computer. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Just
When you join the military, just
Okay.
understand you have to go through a process, and that process is done through the MEP station. That MEP station takes a physical of you. When you get that physical taken, it will send all the paperwork to a database. It's ran by the government. Okay?
Okay.
No matter what branch you go into, it's going to go to this database.
Okay.
Once it gets to that database, whether you did 1 day in the military or you did 20 years in the military, it's going to be in that database all the way back to 1917.
Okay.
Okay. If you would, please share my screen.
Okay.
Okay. You'll see it says first name, middle initial, last name, social, and date of birth.
Correct.
The only thing you're required to have is first and last name.
Okay. Kind of like looking up an inmate.
Right. If I had a middle name, that'd be great. If I had a social, that'd be perfect. And I had a date of birth, that'd be great.
Okay.
Okay. There's the person's name. Right?
No, I think you have it backwards. I think. Yeah, I think Anastasia's her first name.
I ran it both ways.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So this is the first way I ran it.
Okay.
No records found. And I ran it the other way, Anastasia, and then the last name. No records found. I'm not saying that she's stolen valor. I'm not saying that she didn't serve. But I will tell you this.
But hold on one second. On the second one, you had the middle name on the third line, not on the second line. And on the first one, you had it on the first and second line.
Hold on, let me go back. That was the one you're looking at, the database, or the second first line, that's
Okay.
a different database. There was two different databases I was showing you.
Oh, okay.
That's what that is.
Okay.
Okay. And what threw out the red flag with me was that there's these newspaper articles of her going to Ukraine to rescue her family. Now, I know for a fact of 3 staff sergeants who were processed out of the military who did the exact same thing. 1, because of COVID, 2, because of vaccines, and 3, because in order for them to go to Ukraine, they had to get a 2-star general to approve their leave form to leave American soil to go to foreign soil on leave.
Okay.
They were on block leave. Block leave is when your battalion or your brigade or division all takes leave at the same time. Once you're on leave, you can do what you want. But if you leave the United States, you have to get permission from a 2-star general to go where you want to go. And because Ukraine was the hot zone at that time with the invasion of Russia, they were not signing anybody's leave to go into Ukraine. So how is it if she was in the military even as a National Guardman, how was she able to go over into Ukraine to rescue her family.
I never understood that either when I saw the video, but I don't know much about the military. But if you look in private chat, I put in the correct spelling of her name that I received from someone who doxed her.
Okay, now, and that's what I said last night. The name that I got off the newspaper articles is what I use. So that is not what I put in the system. I don't think. Let me go back and look at it.
Yeah, try that. See if it works. That's what I was given. I can't guarantee it's correct, but that's what I was given.
Write this down.
Because if she made up a whole story about the military, poof.
And then while Uncle T or Triple T writes that down, there was also something that I was given about a Facebook group that I am still in the process of researching on when it comes to the young lady who lost her life, Kylie Rodney.
But
If I find that Facebook post is true, then that is something that I will hand over or discuss or probably hand over to someone else to discuss that. But I haven't been able to locate it yet. I just got it at about 4 o'clock in the morning. So I got to look. I'll be looking into that tonight in the next couple days just to make sure that I either find or don't find the correct thing. So that way nothing bad or negative or false comes out of my mouth.
I can assure you 95.9% of anything in a Facebook group is false.
Okay.
Literally. Like, it's probably something we've covered already. I mean, the trolls are rampant in Facebook groups. That's why I legit stopped going to them.
All right,
Because
so the only
BS.
difference in the names, there's a Y before the I, then the A on Anastasia.
Okay.
I'll rerun it by the correct spelling that you gave me, along with that middle name.
Yeah, that would be great if you could, because then it just satisfy my curiosity. Like I can justify the first time, hey, okay, well, it wasn't the right spelling. So this is the spelling I received, and I'm pretty curious.
All right, now somebody in the chat named Allie writes, just put Sergeant First Class, and that's the name I found online as well. The name that she put in on the chat.
Yeah, no, that's not someone.
But that's straight off every newspaper article that you pull up. That's how they have her name spelled.
Just try running it with the one.
So anyway, when you put that name in, what it does is, like, let me see. I'm going to use Wendy Lou because that's the name I'm looking at right now in your chat. So if I put first name Wendy, last name Lou, Lou, into the database, it's going to search all the way back from 1917 to the present of all branches. And let's say 20 people pops up. Then it's going to have their date of birth, the time period that they served, and then you could do process elimination. Like, if you had somebody who was born in 1933, well, we know that's not her. Somebody was born in 1960, it's mostly likely not her. Because she's, I believe, 39. So you do the math. You're looking at, what, around 1989 on forward?
Yeah.
You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
And that's how you determine who you can find it out. Because not too many people is going to have that that name in the system. It's going to be a rare name.
Okay, Truth Fairy says an article in a National Guard article referencing her I just seen. Thank you, Truth Fairy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the National Guard, like, for lack of a better way to put it, or am I thinking the National Reserves? People that don't actually go anywhere and they're just kind of citizens that hang out and go like twice a weekend. I mean, twice a month.
All right. So you have the United States Army, you have the United States Army Reserves, and then you have the United States Army National Guard.
Okay.
United States Army is full-time, active duty, go to work every day in a military installation wearing a military uniform. Then
Okay.
you have United States Army Reserves, who does it 1 weekend a month. Now, if they're Title 10, that means they're active reserves. They're just like regular active duty soldiers, but they're a reserve component.
Okay.
Then you have the National Guard. Now, the reserves is funded strictly by the federal government. The National Guard is funded by the state that they represent, plus the federal government. Now, the National Guard is owned by the governor of that state. However, the president of the United States, who is the all-over commander-in-chief, can come in and activate any unit he wants. As if it's a National Guard unit, he can put them on Title 32 status, and they will become full-time guardsmen. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So someone says there's a U.S. Army article that states she's a U.S. Army sergeant. See, but before he even answers, my problem, and I agree with what Triple T said before, she's too weak. Like, someone would believe it if I was a U.S. Army sergeant, but she's too weak. So how is she a U.S. Army? I can't even picture her yelling at someone. Ryan went at her for 2 minutes and she caved. And then she runs around on everyone's panel, poor me, poor me. That's not a U.S. Army sergeant. That's why I'm thrown off on that. And that has nothing to do with like Ryan or what he thinks or anything else. Just her being a U.S. Army sergeant, she just doesn't seem like the type. But I could be wrong.
I agree with you on that. She does seem very sensitive.
Sensitive, yes.
And not just sensitive. There's just a lot of things. Do I think she killed the little girl? No, I don't.
No, I don't think she's involved at all. I think they were walking down a wrong path. And I've told him, I've told Kurt, I think their idea is right. I think they just got the wrong players.
I think she might either she knows something about it, has seen something about it, or this lady just so happens to have the biggest wrong place, wrong time scenario in the history of any of our lives.
Yeah, I still don't think she's involved. I don't think she has anything to do with any of it. I think my personal feeling, that's why I said if Ryan's right, I'm done. Like I will just give up totally. But I do think Ryan and crew are on the right path, but the players are wrong. I don't think Zanime has anything to do with anything. I don't think I can't say for Tony, but Ikmael I know has nothing to do with anything. And I've told all of them that the players are wrong. There's no reason for Zanime, if she is in the army, there's no reason for her to give up a salary, to throw her entire life away over this. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, here's a theory that I've been following, because Ryan said that Zanime's niece has ties to Kylie.
Yeah, but there's no proof.
Right. But let's say if his statement is true. what happens if the niece has something to do with it and Xana May tries to cover it up?
The 11-year-old?
What? They were showing some picture the other night about some woman went to the prom with them.
Yeah, she's only 11.
Okay, so that's not her niece?
Is Anime's niece? No, that's Anime's niece, but she's only 11, according to Anime. And when you look at the pictures dated, like we really looked into this, and Xaname's, it's the one thing she's not lying about. Because if you look at the pictures on her aunt or a sister or whoever she rescued, the daughter looked much younger a little earlier on, and the dates lined up that she's about 11.
Okay.
Maybe 12. I don't
So
remember.
one of your subscribers, Allie Wright, says, why would the Army lie about her serving? If you look at all these newspaper articles on her, they're not by the military. They're by a organization out in California. No one from major news networks covered her story of her going to Ukraine to rescue her family. You didn't see on Fox News. You didn't see on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS. When it hits the major news networks, then you know it's a legit story. Just like this past Thursday, Fox News was talking about Kylie Rodney's case because they said that the AWP lead investigator says he suspects foul play. But when you look up her articles, it's some news organization I've never heard before. So I can tell anybody, yeah, I was a general officer in the Army. Most people are going to take you for your word. And especially if you say that you're just a sergeant first class, that's a common rank. Nobody's going to question that. You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah. But that's a big lie to tell. Big lie to tell.
You'd be surprised what people want to do when they're seeking for attention. I've seen people do stolen valor, where they were in the military, and this one particular case I'm about to speak on, and not to get off subject, but real quick, the guy was a E3 in the Army. He got out for smoking weed, and he told everybody in his hometown that, he got 3 Purple Hearts and the Silver Star from going to Iraq. And dude never left country. And he swindled them out of all kind of fucking money. Excuse me for my language. But that's just what people do. They'll do anything to cover a lie up. They'll keep going and going and going. When they start seeing that profit of money coming in, or that, hey, you're great, you're a hero, they like the attention and the pat on the backs and all that. You'd be surprised what people will do to get that.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Just for my own head. If I say to you, prove you've been in the Army.
You want to prove it? I'll show you I've been in the Army.
So if I said to you, if you said that you had done X, Y, and Z, and I said, prove it, you wouldn't.
I can prove. I will show you anything about me, about my military records.
And I'm not saying I'm doubting you. I'm saying that I don't understand why she hasn't shown anything yet. If people are questioning it, just show it. But at the same time, technically, she doesn't have anything to prove to other YouTubers, but that's what makes her look sus, because she doesn't, and it goes in a circle round and round and round. Because you have people like me that believe her, but just want to see a little proof for our own head, but she has nothing to prove to us, and then it just circles around. And then you have people on Ryan's side that believe she's very sus, and when she doesn't show proof, it makes her look even more guilty. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I was just wondering, you're in the military, or you were in the military, whatever, would you prove it hands down if someone questioned it?
Yeah, all they got to do is watch my videos. I got 4 Purple Hearts hanging behind me.
All right. My last question is, you were talking about a badge before, not a badge, not a sticker.
A patch.
A patch. Thank you. I couldn't think of the word. But you never said what that patch represented. What
It's a unit patch. It was second infantry division patch.
was that?
Now, it's just a patch identifies the unit that they wear in the uniform. What my statement is I'm not saying women that haven't never served in the second ID. I just never seen it. And I've been combat arms my whole career.
Oh, okay. That's what I did. That's what I wasn't sure of. So it's more of a male based.
Say again.
You're saying that it's more male based, not a.
Yeah, it's more of a male unit, not a base, a unit.
Hold on. Is National Guard Online not real official? Someone.
No. That is a civilian website.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay. What's the difference? I know nothing about the military.
So when you go to the National Guard thing online, they cannot give you people's information on who's in the Guard and who's not.
Okay.
Go in there and type in anybody's name that you want to find in the National Guard. They're not going to tell you when they serve, what unit they're in. They can't do that.
I gotcha. The two people on panel with me are Triple T and SinTV. Mods have been dropping links. So government is official. Their press section is different.
Yes.
Okay. And everyone's saying you're right about that. Oh, Janai wants to know if you ran the spelling the other way.
Well, no, because I'm not at my office right now.
I do, lucky one. All right. So my other question is the unit that has that patch, you noticed that when she did when she did that news thing?
Yeah.
All right. Anything else about that stood out to you?
Just her whole story about her going to Ukraine and rescuing her family during the time period. And it was done this year. Like I said, I know for a fact of 3 staff sergeants who did the exact same thing, and they were chapped out of the military for doing it.
All right.
And not to discredit her, but when she says, I don't know if it's that she's the way she's wording it or what, but when somebody can't stand 120 seconds of somebody saying something wrong or bad to her, how can that same woman or man, whoever it may be, same person, go into a country that is being invaded left and right to where they have to hand their citizens firearms, rescue a family, and pull them out of harm's way? You're going into a situation, and you're going into a country, and we saw the news reports, people in tanks running over cars, people getting slaughtered in the streets, but you can't handle someone being or saying hurtful words to you for 120 seconds.
I agree.
You can go into a country where gunfights and bombs are going off and pull your family out. Now, I know some people could say, oh, the adrenaline. That's a lot of adrenaline. And I've never, just to let it be known, I've never served in the military. I don't know anything about the military. That's why when it came to people saying things about military questions in the comments, I just let everybody know that I've never been in the military. I cannot answer anything about it.
All right.
I'm not trying to discredit the young lady. I'm not. Or talk bad about her or anything like that. Demeanor. If you look at certain demeanors, you can usually get a pretty close idea of what that individual would be like. Like when I saw you go to war with all those guys on that panel, I was like, that's a lady that's not gonna back down.
No.
And you know, to be honest with you, you had more people attacking you for a longer period of time than she did, and you bossed up and was like, nah, these dudes are not gonna push me. And every time they would push, you pushed back, and you never caved or broke down.
Nope.
That lets me know that in a situation that may start to raise adrenaline or a high intense situation, you're not going to back down from it.
No. And people that know me will tell you I was pretty calm. Like, that was calm for me.
Oh, well, damn.
Well, I can get loud. And there was no point. There was 7 people on me. It just wasn't, even if I got loud, I still couldn't get my point across to a bunch of numbnuts. So that's why I was like, it just wasn't even worth it.
Right. And again, I didn't do that live stream last night to, you know, go at, you know, the psychobabble rap guy. It wasn't to have people go over there and bash him or nothing like that. It was to bring one awareness that as a 63-year-old man, that's not funny. It's not funny regardless of your age. But when you ridicule and criticize people and call them low IQ'd idiots, crackheads, and different things like that, but yet you think something like that is funny, sarcastic, you know, oh, you missed the sarcasm or you didn't see the satire. No, what I saw was a disgusting display from somebody that should know better. Nothing about it was funny.
I agree.
And putting LOL in front of it doesn't go, oh, yeah, you know, that's no.
I agree. Triple T, you sharing something?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, what do I call you? 'Cause I don't even know.
Laura.
Oh, Laura. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, picture to the far left, that's when I joined the military as a young private. Picture in the middle of me as a drill sergeant at Fort Knox from 2001 to 2005. Picture on the end is when I retired.
So you're like diehard military from beginning to end.
You have no idea, Miss Perplex. You have no idea.
I'm going to show you another picture.
That's like diehard shit. I know, right? Look at those bars. I agree.
You good? There you go. Okay. So this are my 8 highest awards that I've got. The very top one's a Bronze Star. The next row 4 is 4 Purple Hearts. The bottom 3 are Meritorious Service Medals. The far ribbon with the medallion, the blue one on the left, that's Sergeant Artie Murphy, because I'm a Sergeant Artie Murphy member. The far right is my St. Barbara's medal, because I was a tanker. And if you look right above the ribbons, I got 4 Purple Hearts, 3 MSMs, and 1 Bronze Star.
All right. Dumb it down for me and others that don't know much about the military. What do they mean?
All right. The Bronze Star is what you get for valor. Like when you do something heroic.
Okay.
The next, if you look at the top ribbon and you look to the right, you'll see there's 8 medals. Meritorious Service Medals, that's the next highest one that I got. That's when you do something that's something out of the, not unordinary, but something extravagant for the unit. And they want to award you for it. So you get an MSM. And then I have 4 Purple Hearts for being wounded in combat after being blown up for 5 times. In 2006, on my last explosion, I was paralyzed for 87 days from the waist down. And I also have an Archon with Valor. I'm not showing my DD-214 because it's got I'm not showing that.
Well, do you got where's your uniform picture?
I already showed it.
Okay. And your
now,
okay.
I'm going to turn my camera on so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Right here. Purple Heart, Purple Heart, Purple Heart, Bronze Star.
They say you could buy Purple Hearts.
Okay. If you can buy a Purple Heart, go buy one. I don't give a damn. But I can tell you this. I was in the hospital for 87 days, paralyzed from the waist down. And the woman you hear in the background is my wife, who took care of me and did everything under the sun for me. I also was a book written about me called Under Fire in the Middle East, Behind Enemy Lines, Under Fire in the Middle East, written by Bill Doyle. Go to the New York Times and type in my name. Type in Sergeant First Class. You got to spell it out now. Just don't put SFC or 1SG. It ain't going to come up. You got to spell out Sergeant, SERGANT, First, FIRST, Class, CLASS. Timothy, TIMOTHY. Last name is Faust, not Faust. Don't fuck it up. Excuse my language. That's Foxtrot, Alpha, Uniform, Sierra, Tango. Go look it up. You'll be able to see every newspaper article written about me, every book ever written about me. My wife calls me a hero. I'm not a hero. Don't thank me for my military service because I didn't do anything but get paid to blow shit up. And that's what I did for a living, and I was good at it.
And I only
Thank
have
you
one
for your service. Hello, wifey.
Hi. Anybody on there, you're all true crime. I challenge all of you, go research. And all of you who doubted him and accused him of stolen valor, we welcome you on his channel where you could apologize or even just talk about it. But I challenge each of you, find one thing this man has ever said that's a lie.
Anybody says that I'm stolen valor, I'm going to say this, and please.
Do people really accuse you of that?
But you can eat a dick if you say that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, did people really accuse you of that?
What did I
Yeah,
say?
people would really say that.
Yes. They were saying he did stolen valor. He maybe not, his service might be fake. They're saying he tried to say he's FBI or CIA. He never claimed any of that. But an AKO, which my husband could explain. No, retired people know this. All you have to do if you've been in the military is you can look up any name to see if they served, that they're active or retired, or where they were at or where they are. It's public knowledge. If you have an AKO account, because anybody who served will have it. Ask her about AKO. See if she can even know what that word means.
I love her. She needs a chance.
I don't like anybody doubting my husband.
I never doubted him.
No, not you. I saw people saying the most disgusting, vile things and not listening to those that know him, defending him, who have researched him. You got Willow, who is known in these chats. He knows this man. He's been investigated. There's people on here who were our reporters, and then they've come to him, and that's why they talked to him. Whatever this man says, he stood by everything. And if he gets something wrong, he's the first to apologize. Sin knows he's real. They all know he's real. And I was shocked that not more people were standing up. But then all of a sudden I saw it. And I appreciate all of you who did research him and know him and verified and truth. But I don't like people attacking this man, what he suffered. And somebody says Purple Hearts are for saving people.
No.
Don't speak on fakeness, on fake Purple Hearts, if you don't even know what the hell they stand for.
I agree.
Yeah, and
anyways, thank you for letting me speak.
I like her.
That's Satan's daughters, ladies and gentlemen.
I love her.
that is Miss Lori, and I can tell you right now, that is the sweetest, kindest, nicest lady. That's
my type of woman.
Until you go at her husband or her grandchildren, and then there's a certain thing that she calls herself. I'm only gonna do the letters. It's JYB. She will be more than happy to let anybody know what it is.
Junkyard bitch.
There you go. But anybody that's doubting this man and the service that he did for our country, and saying that, you can buy Purple Hearts, I'm sorry, you're trashy. Go sign up for the military and earn one.
I agree.
See what this man had to go through to have all of those medals pinned on his chest, and do it for as long as he did. And don't crack, don't break, and don't whine about it.
Agreed. Totally agree.
And, it's not like, I refer to him as Uncle T. It's not like Uncle T just hopped up on my live for the very first time last night. He is legit in everything that he says. And even on his channel, he's starting to do this thing where he tells stories about what he went through in the military. People are upset because Ryan discredited Zaname, who is still yet to prove what she's done in the military, but you want to talk down to somebody that just proved everything that they did
Good point.
and
Excellent point.
went through what he went through. So you, and I'm sorry for my language, so
It's
your little sissy ass can get in this chat and type that he didn't do what he did. One, show respect to your veterans, show respect to your military, and show respect to your elders. Unless they do something or say something, like make a joke like the psychobabble baby did.
Yep.
About gangbanging a dead teenager.
I agree. 100% agree.
Yeah, that guy's a piece of shit.
100% agree.
All right, so here's the book called Behind Enemy Lines, Under Fire in the Middle East. It's written by Bill Doyle, who writes for Scholastic. So if you have any kids in middle school to high school, you know how they can go during the week of book fairs and buy books. Well, this is one of the books they'll be able to buy. The very first chapter is called Demon Platoon. That's about my experience in Iraq with my platoon. We were the very first chapter of the book, and it talks about one of my explosions, one of 5 in 2006. So, and one last thing I'm going to show you, then I'm not going to show anything else.
And Jilliana, you said that Zaname's service has been proved. Show respect to her. Where's the proof? Because nobody else can seem to find it.
Curry, you want a link?
All right, so this is a New York Times article called "A Platoon's Mission: Seek and Destroy Explosions in Disguise," and it was written on July 12th, 2006. That photo right there is a picture of me when they're about to detonate a IED, that's improvised explosive device, in the city of Hit, which is West Ramadi, east of Al Assad. And they came there to interview our battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel Graves, but I had to escort him up there. I didn't want to take him because I don't like the media. And we were stuck out in the sector for 3.5 hours because we came across 5 IEDs and ended up writing a story on us instead of him. So all you got to do is Google my name. You can find all kind of actual articles, books, and military documents that show that I was in the military.
All right, I got a question.
Yes.
So they sent me this article. It's put out by Fox News. It says California National Guard's relationship with Ukraine spans decades, now shifting to remote aid. A Ukrainian-American California Guard soldier made an almost 10,000-mile journey to reunite with her family forced to flee Ukraine.
Now, is it Fox News like on the main Fox News or just the Fox affiliated from California?
It's main Fox News.
Okay.
But why would it say California Guard instead of National Guard? Is that normal?
It all depends on who wrote the article.
Oh.
If they're not military savvy.
Okay, here it says California National Guard has worked with the Ukrainian military since 1993. Now, nearly 3 decades later, a call center has been dedicated inside the California National Guard headquarters in Sacramento to help streamline aid and relief to the Ukraine military. California's National Guard helped train blah, blah, blah. Over the years. All right, here we go. It was something that I loved to do because I wasn't there for just myself. I was there to help the people, for the people. Maynich said, she said she's no stranger to jumping into action. It's what we decided to do when we learned her cousin Tatiana and her cousin's 11-year-old daughter Sophia were almost killed in Ukraine.
But like I said, I'm not saying that she wasn't in the military. Like I said, if I got the spelling wrong, that would throw the search off. But now that I have the correct spelling, I'll rerun it again. And if she shows up, I'll be more than happy to do a video on it. I'm not saying she's stolen valor. I'm not saying any of that. Now, somebody did IG me saying, well, I know a father and son who put a restriction on their file that no one can look it up. That you can't do that. If it popped up saying that this is a restricted file, it would still show the time period that they serve and say that you don't have the authority to look at it, and it will go to a person who's equivalent to a 3-star general to be able to look it up.
Yeah, you guys, I don't know what's up with the sound.
Did you hit the share tab on your the video?
Sound, for some reason it's not working. It's weird. All right, so there it shows her. I mean, to me, I think this is pretty much proof. I mean, I don't think that's like a green screen.
So that last picture that showed of her with her headset, you can see the second ID patch at the corner of it. That's her combat patch.
Okay.
It's obvious she's in a helicopter.
What's that?
That's her.
Like, why would she be in front of all these people?
Giving a class.
Oh.
So that's the Adjutant General of the state.
That's pretty much it. But to me, and I've always said this, to me, oh, you want closed caption? All right, we could do that. To me, it just kind of proves that she's not lying and assuming that all this is real, which, I mean, it definitely looks real. Closed caption is not working. It's not working. I mean, I got to assume all this is real.
Right.
And I can't see her. And I've said this to Kurt Emrine. I can't see her throwing away all of this to help bury a body. It just doesn't make sense. Kurt, do you want a link? It just doesn't make sense that she would piss all this away for a 16-year-old girl. That's why I can't buy into it. And I never was able to, which is why I really haven't discussed it much.
You know, with the videos that you just showed, it doesn't give me any reason to doubt her military stuff.
I agree.
You know, and I'll say that, but I also don't know anything about the military.
Me neither. You and I are in the same boat there. But, you know, on the flip side, I feel like, you know, how can we, like, she seems like, I'm going to use allegedly, all right? I have to use the word allegedly because she's not here. But allegedly, she seems like a pretty recognized and respectable military personnel, according to the video. So shouldn't we give her the same respect that we give Triple T?
Yeah, and I'm not disrespecting her, and I'm not saying
I know you're not.
I'm just saying that the name doesn't pull up, and it's obviously that I had the wrong spelling, and that's what I said last night. If I had the wrong spelling, of course it's not going to show up. If you gave me the right spelling, I'll run it again, and if she's in there, I'll do a quick video on it tomorrow and say yes, she did serve in the military.
And John Courtney, I agree with you. I don't know why she's lied and lied and lied and lied and lied. I have no idea. She has lied heavily for no reason. I can't understand why she keeps lying. It's weird. And I've said that too. She gives people a reason to be sus of her. She really does.
And I've never put out a video about her, and I didn't say anything negative about her in my live last night either.
See, Adacor, I agree that you can't agree with everything on mainstream, but there's certain things. I mean, that's not a green screen. That's not fake. I mean, if you want to go there, then you're just going to go conspiracy after conspiracy after conspiracy. But no, you have to take some things at face value. It
can't be a green screen, because if it was a green screen, then the green in her uniform or the green in her head or her headphones or her headset or whatever's the way to refer to them as, they would be blotchy while trying to match the same color of the green screen when it came time to take the editing in the picture. Anything that's green or a shade of green will block out while using the chroma key and a green screen. I've used a green screen before.
Yeah, I use a green screen. For those in chat, she has lied about a lot of things, a lot of little things, nothing major, nothing, over the top, but a lot of little things that there was no reason for her to lie about. Dumb things. And nobody really understands why she would lie. No, he said he's not in his office, Eve.
It's Sunday. It's the weekend. I'm off.
Kurt, that's why I want Kurt to come up here. He would know more. I really haven't followed much on this anime.
But I'm gonna jump down. I gotta do something to my kid right now.
All right.
If you're still on later, if there's any other questions that you may have for me, or any time that you're on when I'm not at work, I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions, or any of the questions as to why I did what I did, or feel what I feel, or anything like that. Just let me know, and I'll be more than happy to hop on any panel with you at any time and go over.
Now, somebody in the chat said that she's a photographer for the military. So if she's I don't know. I'm just saying what my wife just told me.
She's an emergency management specialist agency and does psychological operations. That's what I was told. And that to me makes sense. But I go back to, I don't understand why she'd be so weak. Stand up to Ryan. Stand up to whoever. Not run panel to panel to panel crying.
Yeah, that don't make any sense to me.
Yeah, but cries when confronted. And again, I've said from the beginning, I don't think she was involved in this. But there's a reason why people think she's sus, or why she continues to be sus. That's why. Because Laura doesn't exist. I didn't say she was. Believe me, I've always stood my ground that I don't think she's involved. I've always said that, but I have stayed away from it. Yeah, I really haven't spoke about it on my channel. Yeah, his spelling matched what Fox had. That is correct, but that's not what I have. But Fox could have got the spelling wrong too. And Brian's right. She inserted herself. Nobody asked her to come up here. She inserted herself. And even when she came up on my panel, she was fucking weird. The whole situation was weird.
Oh, you had her on your panel?
She came on here. I had a local from the area come on here. And she was like, the local came on and we were talking about Kylie in the area and, just have a normal conversation about the case. So Anime asked for a link. She comes on here and instead of discussing or sticking up for herself or anything, she says, Oh, I want to thank you to the local. I want to thank you for telling everyone how beautiful the area is. And can you go ahead and continue to tell them about the area? And we're all sitting there like, what? Like, okay, she said how nice the area was, but it was just weird. To someone that thinks she's guilty of something, that's automatically going to look like she's trying to sway the conversation. And we weren't even talking about her, but it looks like she was trying to sway the conversation. That's the problem. And that's what she's done. And I even told Kurt, I think it's all circumstantial. I don't think she's guilty of anything. But if you piece enough things together, she looks guilty. But I've never thought she was guilty. So but she does these little weird things that you just look at her like, why would you put yourself in that position? Why would you allow yourself to be put in a position where others are going to think you're guilty? That's what I'm saying. It was just weird. And everybody in my chat, there were like 500 people in chat, all said the same thing. It was very odd. The way she did it, it was just odd. Hang on. All right. Guys, I'm limiting callers to like 5 minutes. Certain people can stay up, but I am limiting. So I just dropped the link. Let me post it. All right. Pin it. Pin. Yeah. Kara, you were in here. It was very weird. I'm not saying she's guilty, but it was very, very weird. It was just odd. Okay. Brittany's been trying to come up for a while.
Yeah, sorry about that. I was wanting to get your attention. There's so many people commenting. I didn't know if you'd see it or not.
Okay.
Okay, so when I started this out, I believed everything that, was being put out by Ryan and others at first.
Okay.
I actually was a big fan of Ryan for about 5 years. I watched all of his different videos. I mean, from Johnny Gobble to way back when, right? Listened to his music and been a supporter.
Okay.
Okay. See, I worked at Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, which is located in Paintsville, Kentucky. And so that tells you that's where Johnny's from and John Holbrook, all that mess that happened recent. That's what got me to really start engaging with Ryan's content, like, the personalization of it being so close to home.
Okay.
Because that's where I lived at that time. Okay, well, so I thought he was right about Santa Mae. I thought she seemed weird. And I said a lot of things that I now regret. And I have apologized to her personally for.
Okay.
Okay, so after I made my apology to her, she continued to talk with me. She knows how to speak English, but it's her third language. She speaks a lot of languages. She's really intelligent, has many degrees. She's been in the National Guard, all that stuff. I mean, it's true. She really is the person that, she has said she is. She does get like kind of weird about things when she's uncomfortable. And I mean, Russian, like that facial, like bone structure and stuff, her skin's really tight. And sometimes it looks like she's making like a snarling face, but she's really not. So I thought things were weird too, because of the way she relays information and explains things and kind of but that's just how she is. But she's provided me with that Hispanic video. I put it out today. So that's real. She's given me proof that she was in the National Guard, like solid proof. And slowly, we've started to put it out there because she was threatened by, this big mob of 3 million people, like attacking her. She has been scared and like, I mean, who wouldn't be? So many things have been said. And then
hold on. I'm talking about before Ryan even barely said anything, when she was saw eye to eye with him on like the first night he went on American Dream Chaser.
I think she was in shock by that.
And she definitely doesn't have 3 million people after her. Ryan doesn't even have 3 million people that watch his videos.
She's getting lots of threats. Lots. Like, I mean, lots.
And okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay.
If she's getting so many threats, one, she's a U.S. Army sergeant, which means she's probably pretty good with guns. She is getting so many threats, but yet continues to go online speaking bad about this situation and making people think she's still guilty.
She usually doesn't even refer to Ryan because she's been speaking with legal assistants, you know, so she tries not to say his name. Other than when she went on Popcorn Planet, she's been really hesitant to say anything about him because of defamation and things of that nature. She's a smart girl.
She's not. If she's selling you on this lawsuit, it's never going to happen.
Actually, I'm helping her.
She would have to do it in Tennessee. That's first.
I am personally helping her get help.
There's no money loss. There's no defamation. I've been screaming at the rooftops.
Lies, anything that somebody says about someone, if it isn't true, that can be defamation.
You have to have a monetary loss in defamation. There is no monetary loss.
I'm sure that with all the harassment and stuff, she will be able to develop a case of punitive damages and
Doesn't
harassment.
matter. There's no monetary loss. Nothing has happened to her. That is the law.
That's the fact. So Laura's right.
Okay.
No monetary loss.
You think she can do nothing about all this? Nothing at all.
Nothing. And any
Not in the court.
Attorney would tell her, get the fuck offline. If you really are suing somebody, you get the fuck offline and you keep your mouth shut. Prayer Garden, I am 100% correct. I know the law.
Okay.
There is nothing she can do.
In 2022, I mean, maybe we should do something about that. The fact that you can do nothing when, like, we live in such an online world. There should be something to protect people online.
You're right, but the law.
Every state has their own cyber laws.
The laws of the world are not caught up with 2022 and technology. They're still living in the laws from 1920.
I agree.
Absolutely, I agree.
And unfortunately, they just
something
update laws, but it's never updated to keep up with the times.
Right. I agree the laws are outdated. Yes. But I think something like this could be the thing that causes there to be laws created.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen. Believe me, many people have tried. They're not ready to update because you can have defamation.
Takes too much work.
You can have a defamation case, but only if he said something so horrific that she lost her job. She couldn't go out in public. She was getting
it's getting close. Like, well, actually, she has stated to me and many other people, you know, that what she's saying here online, it has nothing to do with her work or the, you know, those agencies and stuff. She tries to make sure of that. But yeah, I mean, if it continues, what will she have lost? I mean, will it affect things? I mean, hopefully not. But if it does, then she'll have a case. Is that what you're saying?
If she got fired from the National Guard because of Ryan Upchurch, if Ryan called the National Guard and harassed her and did all this stuff, and she no longer has a retirement plan or pension, now you have now you have a case.
Monetary issues. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Or if she had a mental breakdown to where she can no longer function at her job and she had to be put into a mental institute for like 6 months.
Yeah. See all that stuff right there? It could very well happen if this continues or gets any worse. But she has started to give out the, you know, the information. And it's weird to me. It's so funny. She's such a good person. The reason she hadn't released the Hispanic party is because it had like an up close of a little child and had the family's name on top. She couldn't edit it out. So I did. I just cropped it down, you know, the name, and put a little battery thing over it. And was able to share that video.
Can you verify her correct spelling of her name?
Like her YouTube name or her actual name?
Actual name.
I could, but not like this. And I'd have to ask her if that's okay for me to share. But yeah.
Let me ask you this. I'll say it. I'll spell it out. And you tell me if I'm right.
Hold on.
I don't want to do do to her and give it to all these people. I will give it to you.
Private chat. Look in private chat, Brittany. Is that correct?
Okay. She's not comfortable with me giving out her name or spelling. I don't want to do anything that that she doesn't want me to do as far as info.
Just say if that's correct. Oh, she left. Okay.
Oh, Laura, I just wanted to respond to you about Psychobabble. And sir, I don't know your name. I can't see it, but thank you for your service.
Triple T.
Triple T, thank you.
You don't have to thank me. I got paid to do that.
I know. I think we should support our troops that have post-traumatic stress way more than we do. We discard them. Like, nothing, and that's a problem in this country. But Psychobabble, I've only listened to him like twice, and it was the Zanime. He was defending her, and I'm on his side on that, right? I think she is military. But that joke, Laura, I didn't know about, I didn't. So I just
Yeah,
want to make that
that was
clear.
a joke.
But it's just like any creator I follow. It doesn't mean I support everything they do and say. And nobody should be looked at that way online,
True, but that's not a joke.
It's not funny at all. It's tasteless. And I'm sorry that he said that because he goes down brownie points for me. I thought he was pretty slick. And that's
But
just trashy,
One step further though, and this is gonna sound it's gonna sound weird, but when you have somebody that's looking down a conspiracy road, whether you agree with it or not, don't feed the fucking fire. Don't fuel somebody who already thinks you're sketchy and add to that. That's just adulting 101.
It could be dangerous.
It not only dangerous, but it could be stupid. And then you can turn around and cry victim. Like, if people already think you're fucking sketchy, then be an adult and stop adding to it. Stop continuing to feed that fire. Stop antagonizing people. Just call it quits. Show your proof and move the fuck on. Plain and simple. But some of these people, and this is what Psychobabble did, just keep fucking feeding that fire and then wonder why people keep coming after them. That's what I don't understand. I just don't get that. Prayer Garden, she could not win any fucking defamation case. She went on Popcorn Planet for 3 goddamn hours complaining about this situation a week ago. Now she's going to sue. A court will laugh at her. You can give me every law in the book. A court will laugh at her. And she has to do it in Tennessee. Just saying.
Hello, am I on?
Hey, Dr. Dre.
Hello.
What's up?
I didn't even know. I had no idea that I was on. I thought I was waiting my turn. And I'm sitting here knitting. I looked at the screen. I said, "Oh my God, I'm on." No, I have a couple things I want to say.
Hold on, Dre, 1 second.
Okay.
Craig, this is the last time I'm going to answer you, and I'm going to be as nice as possible. If you are suing somebody for any amount of money, you need to do it in their state. I understand I'm not a lawyer, but I promise you, I've studied the law inside and out in many, many circumstances. If you are going to sue somebody for money, you need to do it in their state, especially on a harassment. And now, if you're not asking for money, then that's a different story. You can do it in her state. She could do it in her own state. I'm not wrong, Prayer Garden. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I just went through this. But if you are going for money, then it needs to be done in their state. End of story. All right, go on. Thank you, Kiki Ray.
May I?
Sorry, Dre.
Yeah, no. A couple things. First of all, I agree with you that I think Ryan's on the right track about a deeper nefarious thing that's going on in this area of the country of Truckee. I don't think he's got all the actors correct. I want to say that I was on I don't know if I'm allowed to say a name of a panel of somebody that you've been on as well. And I was on with Ryan. This is about a week ago. And before I started dialoguing, I said, I need to say something to Ryan directly. And that is that I strongly believe that Kylie Rodney did exist. And I don't agree that you made whatever statement you made about her lack of existence is wrong. It's wrong. And he
apologized for that.
He apologized.
He did. He was on Zav's panel and he apologized. He admitted he was wrong and apologized.
Yes, because he said to me on, I'll tell you the other panel, I believe I don't know if I was on Zav or on Jules' panel, but he said to me, I apologize and I want to qualify. And I think his qualification I could buy. And the qualification he made is that the whole situation is so surreal. He can't wrap his mind around, was she ever at the party? Things like that. And I said, okay, if you're saying it that way, like, did this even happen the way it's said it was going to happen or did happen? All right, I'll buy that. But to say the little girl or the young woman never existed is purely wrong. He backpedaled and he did apologize. So on that, I think that I personally like to extend mercy and grace to people for the errors that they make. And I accept his apology on that. Now I want to say something about Zanime. And this is well before there was any sort of stuff that happened between Ryan and Ryan and her. And it was on Tony's channel. And what I found very disconcerting and very, frankly, manipulative is when she offered up, and Ryan actually at some point was on that same chat. I wasn't on the chat, by the way. I was listening. I felt like I was on the chat, but I was just listening. She said, I have a video. I can't say where I got it, but I have a video of a beautiful Hispanic party. Now, as somebody who is Latina myself, I thought my hair, which is very curly, I felt that it was going to stand on end straight out. When why did she, this is just a personal thing, to qualify a party, a Hispanic party or a Latino party as a beautiful Hispanic, that qualification for me is offensive because it's
Really?
as if yes, ma'am, it is. Why do you have to say it's a beautiful Hispanic? Why did she even have to say it was Hispanic?
Well, maybe she saw decorations, she heard music, and that was her way of describing it. Remember, English is not her first language.
English she speaks perfectly well, and she has plenty of nuances in the language. And number one,
hold on, Dre, I got to interrupt you for 1 second. Melia Violet, I want to congratulate you for the funniest comment I've had all day. She says, stop making this about Ryan on every stream. Totally disgusting. Ryan stands for facts, not y'all speculations, opinions. The reason why that's the funniest comment I've ever heard is because Ryan is all about speculation. Ryan eventually comes to the facts, but Ryan is all about speculation and speculation on opinions, just like the rest of us. So congratulations on being the most comment ever. But it was the funniest one of the day. All right, go on. I just had
momento. No, you can say what you can speculate all you want about why she said what she said about the party. I am telling you, the way she said it was offensive. Number one, just the adjectives and the qualifications, because right away she set it up as what it meant to me, como una Latina, is other Hispanic parties aren't beautiful, or it was really not appropriate. I'm just going to tell you that's my opinion in the way I received it. But more than that, I'm not speaking to the core issue, and that is she presented her possession of this video as if she was the only one that somehow was able to gain access to this beautiful Hispanic video party. That was very manipulative, because then when she was pressured, she said, I can't say where I got it. I can't say. By the next time she was on Tony, when Ryan said, where did the video come from? That's when she explained that she got it on Snapchat. So, it's those kind of insinuations and manipulations that, to me, as a critical thinker and as somebody who also speaks many languages. I'm a polyglot. I speak more than 3 languages.
But you're also a doctor.
Hello,
It
excuse
doesn't
me,
matter
ma'am.
what.
Hold
I'm
on,
sorry.
hold on.
No,
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you for letting me come up and explain my situation. Like I said, I'm not accusing this woman of not being in the military. I'm just saying that I couldn't find anything. But y'all have a great day.
Thank
You
you.
too. Thank you for coming up.
No, it doesn't matter if I'm a doctor. I'm a human being. And what I'm saying to you is when somebody comes up and says they're in possession of something that's around a party of a missing girl, it is incumbent upon us to be transparent and not to be coy. And that is the adjective that I would use for her, whether she's military or not military, whether she inserted herself for clout or not for clout, whether she's innocent, guilty, whatever. Being coy, 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 is inappropriate when discussing the disappearance of a minor child. And that is where I find, and based on that coy behavior, whenever she speaks, and there have been other instances where she has done that, it makes me believe that she's not being authentic, truthful, or honorable. And that's my impression. It's not based on any research. It's based on me being a 61-year-old person trying to understand the dynamics of what happened to this little 16-year-old girl.
All I know is Sammy is the one who said she didn't want to ride with Kylie because she was so intoxicated, but she didn't give a fuck about Kylie and how she got home herself. So to me, I'd be focusing on her.
Oh, I agree with you. I believe that somebody who's 18 years old is legally emancipated in this country and is no longer a minor child. And she has, i.e., Sammy, has inserted herself right in the middle of this case. She has absolutely must have, a microscope lens looked right upon her, and it's very, very upsetting to me and very disconcerting to me that has said a lot of smack about Kylie, and yet she's washed her hands of it and
posting
has no
happy
problem.
TikTok videos makes me sick, dancing and laughing.
No,
You're not
it's
famous.
She's allowed to dance and laugh, but both you guys, your 5 minutes are up. I promised everyone I would do 5 minutes.
That's fine. I have nothing more to say.
Love
Thank
you
you.
both. Bye. All right. Next group. And don't make me kick people off if nobody else is coming up. You guys better get your butts up here. I saw a lot of people asking for links. Link is up there. If not, I'm just going to shut down. Your choice. Yeah, it's 5-minute rule. Unless, we're in like the middle of a heavy conversation. New Zealand mystery, my channel never died. But thank you. But my channel never died. Good thing I can show you the boot. Oh, I tell you what I do got. Wait till you guys hear this. Hold on. Who dat? Ameline, can you just show your face or something so I know you're real? Oh, Ameline. I need to see you real before I let you on panel. So I don't get porned. There you go. All right. What's up?
Not much. So I've seen you a few times, and I'm just like, I was just gonna say, I'm gonna shout out Triple T because he's a real one. Anyhow, I'm a part of Tim's channel and stuff. So, Xana, there is the right for people to be suspicious about this girl because okay, so I was watching Ikid Mel's channel when he played the original video that she put up of her kayaking across the reservoir. And then when Ryan called her out, she took the video down and edited out stuff. Like, of course, at the time, I'm not screen recording stuff, so I don't know. But like, I want to know what she edited out of this stuff. Like, for real.
I don't know. I didn't. I'll be honest with you. This is why I haven't followed it. I didn't watch her. I didn't watch Ikmel. I didn't watch how the whole thing went down. I didn't know
Right.
what was edited. I never cared that much about her or the whole situation because she wasn't the rabbit hole I was going down.
Right. Well, yeah, I wasn't either until like later. Like and I will like Creek Squad 100% RHEC, but you know, even my first impression of Ryan being like saying like she's fake, I was like, that's kind of sketchy right there. But I love Ryan regardless. But after everything went down and Ryan called her out, because for whatever reason I just happened to be watching Ikmel's channel that day. And I seen the original video, and like the original video, I think is like 30 minutes long, if I remember right. and now it's like down to like 15 or something. So,
okay. So let me ask you this though: is it possible? And I'm just playing devil's advocate,
right?
But is it possible that she edited the video because maybe Ikmel said to her, "Look, there's a lot of wasted stuff in here. It's boring, and just cut it down to it's only 15 minutes." Is that possible?
Yeah, it's possible, but the timing is suspicious because the original video was up until Ryan called her out, and then she brought it down. So, like, I wish my memory is better, but yeah, like the timing, it's in the timing. So,
and I'll agree with that. I'll agree that timing is weird. And timing is off, and there's a lot of things that just don't make sense. But I still never thought she was guilty of anything. Mods, I can't see this Wednesday person. Oh, now I see it. All right.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know if she's guilty of anything, but she certainly inserted herself, and this stuff is sus as all get out. Like, I'm trying to be good and watch my language, but yeah.
Oh no, you don't have to watch your language. It's all good.
Yeah, well, you don't know me.
And let me also address something else. Ryan, Kurt, and anybody else that has called out Zanime has never said it's true. It's a fact. They have all been very, very careful to say they're speculating.
Right.
Never
okay. So
said anything. Hold on. They never said anything is diehard. They never said there's proof of this. They said they believe it. They believe this is what's going on. They believe that if they put X, Y, and Z, X and Y together, it's going to equal Z. That's how they believe it. That is totally different than what that girl did, where she said it's true. It's a fact. Once you put those words in it, done. Now you're destroying his reputation, and he is a celebrity when the rules are a little different because he has a lot more to lose. And
well, yeah. Okay, and so like I know this is kind of like off the subject, but so I was watching Captain Kurt Reacts like 2 nights ago, and they were like trying to say like they were showing like a map, or because I know you were on there because I seen you on the panel, but they were showing like where this party was, but they're on the wrong side. Like they were looking at the right side of the screen where Zanime like walked up this trail. But as far as I know, the party was on the other side, like to the left side of the screen, if that makes sense to you. I don't know. But
I don't know. That's more of a chat question because, like I said, I have not followed her because I haven't really cared that much.
Right.
And what I don't believe is I don't believe that she is whatchamacallit, that
involved.
Yeah. And hold on. There's certain things, accusing someone of doing something illegal, like that can destroy his reputation, where people will unsub him and people will he will have a monetary loss from it. Zanime doesn't have a channel to have a monetary loss. Ictamel gained money. Ronnie doesn't have a channel. There's no loss. That's the difference. All Ryan has to prove is that people unsub to him because of that. He has a case.
Right. Yeah. So well, you were on the I'm pretty sure you were in the panel the other night, and Captain Kurt, whatever his name is, and they were showing the maps where she took her kayak across the reservoir, and she went up this path, and that was to if you're looking at the screen, that would be to the right of where the campground is. And that's where she walked, and they're thinking there's this little secret back road or something, whatever. But the whole thing was, as far as I've seen a few different things on it, and the party was apparently on the right side of where her car was in the water. I don't know if anybody can anyway, I don't know.
The map, Dylan is amazing.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. And his mapping was even better. And I agree with everything he said, and why this was weird, and why this didn't work with this, and why that didn't work with this. And again, why she seems sus, because of I just didn't get why she was lying about where she was or how she came in or anything like that. I still, like I told him, he might be onto something. I just think the players are wrong.
Well, so my thing, he's absolutely right, probably where she walked and everything, but the location of the actual party of where Kylie was leaving from was not in that area. It was on the other side. To if you're watching the stream and he's showing the map, where Zanime walked up to the right of the screen, if you're looking at your TV, she's walking up to the right, but where her car was found, apparently the what's it called? What do they call it? The whatever it was, where they actually had their parties was over to the left side. So I can't remember where I seen it, but they were trying to say how could she turn, because there's that little back road across in between the sides. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Yeah, but we don't even know where the other, but we don't even truly know where the party was.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've seen a few different live streams, and the party, somebody on some live stream, I can't remember who it was or where, but the party was not at the campground. It was in the they call it the sanctuary, and somewhere that they called it out was on the where so the map that that Dylan put up, and where Zanime walks, they're saying the campground's over there to the right, and that little road that goes in between the two sides, I don't know if it's a road or whatever, but the sanctuary is supposedly on the other side, on the if you're looking at your TV screen and you're looking at this map, it's on the left side, not the right. So,
and welcome, Jason. And my point is, though, we don't know exactly where the party was. We're all taking her word, Sammy's word for it, that's right. Where the party was. Yeah. But we don't know where the party was. The party could have been in a completely different location.
Well, yeah, that is true. Yeah.
We know Sammy lies. So that's why I don't, the map with Zanime, yeah, it makes sense the way they're putting it together. But again, we still don't know if that's where the party was.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. The party, from my understanding from some different live streams that I've watched, is not where so there was the Hispanic party with them frying up the cactus leaves, whatever they're called. That was on one side, but the sanctuary is on the other side. I don't know.
I know what you're saying. All right, 5 minutes is up. I want to thank you for coming up.
Thank you.
You have a wonderful day.
You too. Peace.
What's up, PJ?
I didn't want to talk over anybody. I feel like I always tend to do that when I'm on these things. I have a tiny channel, but this case for some reason has really I've been kind of looking into it 24/7 lately. Just it doesn't seem to feel right. And this Zanime character, like you, I hadn't paid any attention to her or anything about her until really recent, where she went on the Popcorn channel. And for somebody that's supposedly being harassed by 3 million people and whatever, I don't believe that you would go on a 700,000 sub channel and proclaim that they all leave you alone. Also, if you were to go to like a law enforcement agency to report that as an issue, I've personally done that with an issue I had with somebody on YouTube, and they told me to delete all my social media and stop talking to them. She does have a small channel and she does have an online presence. So technically she can claim some type of loss, but not if you're inserting yourself and not if you're trying to go back and forth with the individual. My opinion only, but the interview with the Popcorn channel, I feel like she was taking digs at Ryan, and it was just kind of just, I don't know how anybody can look at this girl and not see that there's really serious deception going on. And I mean, I have a small list of what I want to go through, I guess, that interview.
All right, but you got to fix your phone. The roboting is killing me. I hate that noise. I'm not saying it's your fault, but it's rough. I don't know.
Oh, it might be. Then I can
try leaving and coming back and coming right back.
Okay.
Now you're better. Now she was better. She took off. What's up, Jason?
Hey.
Hey.
I'd like to see proof of this party, this beautiful Hispanic party that I keep hearing so much about.
I know.
I haven't seen any proof of any of it.
And that's another thing. I feel like if you're going to map something out and you're going to talk about it, have screenshots of it, have pictures of it. If mapping it out, then you got to take pictures of it.
Why would you drive all the way over there to say this is where the beautiful Hispanic party is and still never show proof of it?
Exactly. Oh, someone said they saw video of it. Where was the video? And then, hold on, but that story changed too. 1 minute it was a beautiful Hispanic party, and the next minute it was only 5 people. So which is it? Was it a big Hispanic party or was it only 5 people?
Well, that's the thing. When you don't show proof, you can pretty much change it any way you want.
No, it's not rude of her to show the Hispanic family video. That's not the point. If she's saying that it was, some people said it was a quinceañera, but that's my point. The story has changed a million times. First, it was a beautiful Hispanic party, which then they said it was a quinceañera. Then it changed, and it was just a bunch of Hispanic people camping. Then it went back to a quinceañera. It keeps changing.
But just the other day on a panel, she was still saying it was a beautiful Hispanic party. But then she talks about Sammy's party and says that was just a party.
Yep. I saw a video of a Spanish party. I wish I could remember where I saw it. There you go.
Stated that they had pictures of Kylie in the car.
Who has pictures of Kylie in the car?
That dark angel on your...
Huh?
That dark angel on your... down on your chat stated a little bit ago that they had pictures of Kylie in the car. That they know 100% that was Kylie.
Yeah, I'd like to see those.
Yeah.
Because that's
way too much false information here.
Oh, absolutely. That's why you need proof.
Yeah.
That's why I'm all about the proof. Show me proof. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear what this could be or that could. Show me the proof.
Anyway, thanks for letting me on. I had a couple things I wanted to get straightened up that'll probably never be straightened up.
What do you want straightened up?
Well, those for one thing. Where's this party at? You know, if I knew where the party was and seen pictures of the party, it'd probably straighten up a lot of things.
That's true.
Where's all these Hispanics? Where's their videos?
I agree.
I'm sure they weren't doing drugs, so they probably was taking pictures.
I agree. Totally agree. And that was my original thing to begin with. Well, if there was a Spanish party, did they have anything to do with her disappearance? Is there something sketchy there? Believe me, that was one of my first questions I had. You know, was it nobody at the party and it was somebody at the Spanish party that did something?
Another one that bothers me is on the night of the 6th, I think it was the 6th, there was a 911 report of a girl running down the street. I even saw a video of it somewhere of a girl running down the street with no shirt on, all cracked out.
Yeah, but we know that wasn't her.
They found a bodysuit laying on the ground that they thought was Kylie's.
Nope, they found a tank top, not a bodysuit. They found a black tank top.
Ah, okay. Okay, see, that's the first time I heard that. Somebody was saying it was a bodysuit.
Nope, that's how they ruled out that it wasn't Kylie. It was just a black tank top.
All right. Well, that straightens that one up.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
All right, thanks.
All right.
Nope. You have a good panel here. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do I have an Instagram? Yeah, my Instagram is strictly for my candles. So the name is Energy Candles, ENERGIE Candles. That is my Instagram. No, Mizzou, these rumors have been going around for a long time. These aren't new. That's why I like straightening them out. But believe me, they're not new. These are old. These have been going on for a long time. So to my Glera people, whoo boy. No wonder Glera tries so hard to hide himself. But I will save this for another day because it's already 6:15. I didn't realize how late it was. I want to thank Triple T, and I want to thank SinTV for coming up. I think it turned out to be a fantastic panel, and I want to thank Dr. Dre and everyone else that came up. Don't forget Tippy Bartenders. Oh, Glare sucks. He's even worse than I thought, though. I did not say that. I said someone try to unblur. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Someone tried. Yeah, I was told you can't unblur it. As much as people try, you just can't unblur it. That's what I was told. Thank you, Bonnie. I know, right, Garden Grower? I'm surprised he hasn't been back in here. Like, where's my desk? It really was a great live. But again, don't forget Tippy Bartenders and your waitresses and your hostess. I couldn't think of the word. Hey, Pecan, a man here called me a Glera fan, and I would like to know why. Willis had me blocked for 2 years, and I'm proud of that. Yeah, Will probably sits in here looking at members and blocks them. And absolutely blocks them. I trust those things that points things out, don't notice, and just don't want to see. That's right. Ryan uses reverse psychology. A lot of it works. But that's what I'm saying. Like, Ryan doesn't say definitively. If he says definitively, I haven't heard him say that. He definitively against gangbang. I could tell you that. But even Kurt, it's one of the reasons I like Kurt so much. Kurt specifically said 1,000 times, this is just my belief. This is just my speculation. This is just my opinion. And that's how you have to do it. Oh, that's good, Dark Angel. I'm a little behind in candles. I have to catch up. This case, by the way, people are going to get mad at me. I want to give you guys an update on Mason Sisk. First week of trial is done already. I was going to go tomorrow. I was talking to the aunt. There's no cameras allowed. Defense starts tomorrow, and they're most likely not going to call any witnesses. I'm not going to bother going. I'm really not. I'm not going to bother going to courthouse because I can't bring cameras. They say people are just writing notes religiously. But the update is he shot the baby in the face twice. He they believe that he did it over the video game because he was a Call of Duty. A lot of things came out, and I may go live about it later to explain everything, but it looks like it was partly because of video games. He wanted to be a contract killer. So, yeah. And for those of you not familiar with the case, it's a local case to where I live. I've been covering it since 2019. And a 14-year-old killed 5 people in his family, wiped them all out. And it's about 10 minutes away from me. So I've been covering it. But yeah, it is a heartbreaking case. And there's a lot to it. So like I'm saying, I may go live later and talk about it in detail for those of you that don't know, but he's now 17. He finally went to trial. Tomorrow starts defense. I told the aunt he's most likely probably just going to get 5 years. 5 life sentences because he can't get the death penalty because he's too young. He was only 14. I know my son plays COD, and I know it doesn't make you kill people, but that's what the prosecution is. Mason Sisk. That's what the prosecution is trying to prove, and they did get a lot of aha moments. So, yeah. But they're not allowed to have it was 14. They're not allowed to have any video cameras in the courtroom. It's pretty closed. But she said it's open, like I could go. But do you have the baby powder name? Yeah, I have plenty of baby powder. It's called Baby Butts. Just a mom. Baby Butts is the baby powder. No, it's ENERGIE. You look for my Instagram? Yeah, hold on. Let me get you the link. It's it's a sad case. But I was going to go to court and follow it. Actually, my Instagram is EnergyCC. I'm an idiot. All right, there's my Instagram. So it's EnergyCC. No wonder nobody could find me. I've been giving them the wrong name. Oh, the Hispanic video is up from what Zaname said. Yeah, the Sisk trial. The Sisk case is crazy to begin with. Yeah, I don't know why anyone would say you're a fan of his. He was 14. And I said to the aunt this morning, I was like, it blows my mind that do we really hold a 14-year-old responsible? Can we hold a 14-year-old responsible? Because he was 14. And the aunt is saying absolutely. She said absolutely. He should be held accountable. See, that's the thing. They're adjudicating him as an adult because he shows no remorse. It seems on Thursday they showed some really vile autopsy pictures. He had absolutely zero emotion. Zero emotion. And he just thought the parents are dead. He killed everybody. He killed his dad, his stepmom, his 2 brothers, and his baby sister, or sister and baby brother. He killed all 5 of them. One shot. Except the baby killed twice. He shot twice. Everybody else got one shot, one gunshot to the head. It's crazy. Crazy. Yes, I heard the Queen's funeral's tomorrow. I heard Biden's there. I'm sure that'll be published here as well. He definitely had mental illness, but oof. Did you see the rock that was placed on the beach where Kylie was? Found dates 9606 to 9623. No, I think that's an error. It was the grandmother's gun. Yeah, baby butts. 2 are gifts. Yeah, baby butts is the one. That's the baby powder. Remember when narcissist was the TC communities were? Now it's definitely. I know, Allie. You're right. You suing me? Woohoo! I don't think you get too much. Yeah, allegedly he had a mental illness, but he's still 14, and I would you show emotion? I mean, this is a good question for a live later. Would you show emotion if no matter what, you know, you're going to jail for the rest of your life? I'm not even sure why there's a trial. Even if he only got convicted on 1, he's still going to jail for life. So maybe that's why he has no emotion. He can have emotion. You know what I mean? I have enough for 3, just a mom. Oh, MJ, I meant to answer you that before. Do I prefer cotton or wood wick? It depends on what size candle you're getting. To be honest with you, it really depends on which candle you're getting, on what size you're getting. Like the 4-inch, the 4-ounce candle does great with the wood wicks. The 9-ounce candles, sometimes not. The 14-ounce candles, yes, does great with the wood wick. So it all depends. Yes, I sell wood wicks. I have everything. Everything. I have wooden wicks. If you go on the website, you could see I have many, many different choices. I need to update it, though. I have scents that aren't even on there. Oh, so I posted that in Patreon, Irish Gal, but I never finished watching it. Thank you, Allie, but I never finished watching it. Is it good? Yeah, I just got a message. Let's see. Nope. I didn't get a message from you. Can you make a tiny candle and call it the glare? I can actually. I'm making these, I guess you want to call them gift sets, like Halloween gift sets, where they're 3 ounces a piece. I'll show them to you. Hold on. They're adorable. Hold on. Ah. All right. So these are going to be 3 for $25 because they're 9 ounces, which is really the same thing as 9-ounce candle. So we have the Halloween ones. These are the Halloween ones I'm making. And then we have miniature ones of the 14-ounce. They're little mini ones. So they're going to be like testers where you can buy 3 of them in a gift set for $25, and it's a 9-ounce candle basically, but you get 3 different scents. So kind of like tester candles. Yeah, I'm working on Halloween now, but I have a show that I'm doing October 1st, so I'm making candles for that. I'm doing Oktoberfest, so that's where my focus is, plus, you know, customers. Oh. But I love these little ones. Glara's tiny. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to show you guys something. I made Glara a candle. Hang on. All right. I don't know where I put it, so I'll have to make more. But I'm going to sell penis candles, little mini penis wax melts for $1 a piece, because that's how much his opinion is worth. And I'm going to call it the Glare. And it'll be little miniature penises for $1. That's right. Glare and smell like an ashtray. No, they'll smell good. But they'll be miniature penises. And that's it. Because that's how much his opinion is worth. And that's how I'm going to promote it too. But won't be on the website. You just got to tell me. Like your simple candles more, not the fancy one. What fancy ones? I use them as add-ons in a special section. Little pee-pee candle. Exactly. Little pee-pee candle. No, it's actually little pee-pee wax melts. Those will end up on clearance. Exactly. So you make a mini pen. No, mini pee-pee. Thank you, Dark Angel. I make both. Some are I mean, I have a lot of fun in the making the candle ones. I really do. I mean, not the candle ones, the food ones. I have a lot of fun with those. I got to top my son and make a guitar. So Cowboys won. They still suck. Boo-hoo. All right, I'm getting off though. I got to make kids dinner. I got to eat something. I didn't expect to be on this long. I try to start. You can use Facebook. Do you use Facebook? Yeah, I don't see any messages. Did you use the right link? Oh, are you Amy Knows? Is that you? I want a sandwich. Okay. So I followed you back. Oh, now you can message me. So resend it now. I guess you have to follow each other to get the message. I don't know. But now it says like I can message. There it is. I got it. Yes. The party was over there according to Sammy. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's true, because Sammy lied about a million other things. That was my whole point. Thanks, Farika. That was my whole point, is that, yes, Sammy said that's where the party was, but how do we know Sammy's telling the truth? Because she lied about so many other things. That was my point on that. We just don't know. You know, everyone's assuming that Sammy told the truth, but what if she wasn't? What if the party was totally down by the water to begin with? Then that changes everything. What if the party was on the other side? Maybe there's a reason Sammy doesn't want to tell everybody where the party actually was. That's where my train of thought is. That's why I'm like, there's so many bigger fish to fry than Zanime and, you know, Ronnie. Like, I want to go after Sammy. I want to look at Sammy and be like, yo, what is up? Because she told so many lies. And everyone, when I first wanted to go after her, everyone yelled at me. Everyone was like, you don't want to go after her. She is, you know, she's a minor, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, you know, and I backed off and then everybody jumped on it. But that's really how I feel, that we just don't know what's true and what's not. We don't know, you know, what if, like, put it like this, what if the party was on the other side? What if the party was somewhere else because of what happened to Kylie? So, you know, now they got to change up their story because Sammy lied, but everyone's going with that original story of where the party was because they don't want anyone to know where the actual party was, which would make more sense, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Who's coming up a lot now, Jagger? Exactly, Truth Seeker. That's how I've always felt. That there's more to this. Like, there's got to be more to Sammy. There's, whether Jagger and Kate had anything, or there's just, I've felt it from day one. There's got to be more to Sammy. Sammy did that interview. It was whacked. And I really do feel like that is the avenue to go down. Like, there's proof that something is not right here. You know, Ryan showed a picture. It was Zav Girl or Ryan or both of them, I don't remember, showed a picture. I think it was Zav Girl. That was so obviously photoshopped. And I originally thought they were crazy until I looked at it. It was photoshopped, and it was a bad Photoshop. It wasn't even like a good Photoshop. It was a bad Photoshop. And it was blatantly obvious. So there's just it's just weird. You know, there's like a lot that doesn't add up. And that's where the avenue that I'm trying to go down, that I've been trying to go down, that something's not right, that there's more to that. And it frustrates me that everyone was so focused. Like, I think hopefully I can get Kurt to go down this avenue instead of that avenue. Hey, Dumpster Fire. You missed so much. Can you please email me? I did email you back this morning, Lex. I emailed you as soon as I got up. I said, hey, got the email. Now I need your info. My hole smells like Fred. That doesn't sound good, just a mom. Hey, Tony, I know you meant my whole house. There's been some it was really bad Photoshop. And I can tell you, Zav Girl's really, really good with Photoshop. And when she pointed it out, I was like, wow, she's right. This is Photoshopped and it's bad. I mean, they even looked fake. It was not a good Photoshop. Sammy's that girl that stole everybody's boyfriend. Exactly. I will pick a good scent for you. I actually have a bunch of them. I've been making candles a lot. Because I gotta get ready. I don't know how many I'm gonna sell at this Oktoberfest, but I gotta make beer candles and happy birthday, Janice. Happy birthday. Which, that's the other thing. If her mom's an attorney, why would she need to hire an attorney if her mom's one? The alleged Photoshop, it was a bunch of the kids sitting around with a sign. I'll go through Zav Girls and I'll find it because it was weird. It was really fucking weird. I'm not going to lie. All right, give me a minute. All right, let me run. I got to get the dogs out. And I'll see you guys later. Alicia, I know I got yours too. Yours is going out tomorrow. I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful night. And maybe I'll be back later. Peace. Shut up, Buka.